Are we live? I think we're live. What's happening, guys? I want to apologize firstly for being about 50 minutes late. I'm gonna go ping the Discord real quick and make sure everybody knows that I'm actually live now, and not just saying that I'm live. That being said, I think YouTube also gives out notifications for this sort of thing pretty consistently now. So hopefully that helps out some. Anyway, Walker Pierce, I see you in the chat there, and there's my message from like over an hour ago. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a good weekend. Happy New Year to everybody. I'll wait till everybody's in here to say something. Okay, I'm being trapped here because I'm looking at YouTube and I was gonna open up YouTube to like get the link for my stream, and I'm being trapped because I just see something that says thighs and abs. So that's gonna go and watch later, and I'm gonna unapologetically say that because that's my thing. But let me go real quick and grab the live link so I can toss it in the Discord. And you know what? Screw it. I'll toss it up on Twitch or on Twitter as well. If I could toss it up on Twitch. If I could actually like live stream to both platforms simultaneously, I potentially would. I wouldn't mind just not doing I wouldn't mind just like getting rid of my Twitch affiliate agreement and then doing like live streaming to both platforms. I'm sure Twitch wouldn't like that. But I also don't like doing that because that means having to keep track of like multiple chats. Hey, Walker Pierce, how you doing, man? I actually still gotta set up the Xbox, so that's something else I have to do. I know this is labeled as a Sonic 06 stream. I was thinking about playing some more Spore, but I realized that's gonna take a little while, so I'm gonna go grab my Xbox from behind me, directly behind the microphone, actually, that way. And set that up, and we'll get some Sonic 06 going on. Yeah, Happy New Year, everybody. Starting off the new year with a tardy, I'm making a note on your performance review. Look, man, you know how I said things were going bad on Friday? They got worse. That's all I can really say right now. They got worse that night, so I'm just trying to survive right now. You can go ahead and mark me off as tardy. I don't care. I'm gonna tell my boss the same thing tomorrow. I'm gonna be like, look, I feel like absolute garbage. I apologize if my work suffers a little bit, but also this time of year is slow anyway, so I don't think it's gonna make that much of a difference. Yeah, I'm not doing okay mentally. So I'm trying to use this to distract myself. I think I said that on Friday as well, but like more so now. I'm probably gonna be streaming a little bit more this week, depending on whether or not I can keep a consistent schedule, just to try and distract myself some more, because legitimately, I think I managed to play exactly 2 video games for more than 5 minutes consecutively yesterday, or between Friday and yesterday, and so like I'm really out of it. I cannot focus on things. But streaming helps because having somebody else there, knowing that there's somebody else watching, I think tends to help some. Plus, streaming is just really it's a stream of consciousness, if we're gonna make the stupid joke there. So I did figure out there are Spore mods. This is something I figured out the other day. There are, in fact, Spore mods, and they're up on Nexus, which means I could potentially go grab them and learn how to install them. Yeah, Walker Pierce, I know. And a lot of people have been coming out of the woodwork the past couple of days to, like, help support me, and honestly, I think I might need it. But I appreciate you guys. Just being here is good. Okay, being here, hanging in the server. I know the server is kind of like half dead. There's nothing wrong with that. You guys, you know, it's basically the server where you get pinged when Drona goes live, and that's okay. I'm not opposed to that. And by pinged when Drona goes live, I mean pinged when I put up the live video. And by put up the live video, it's actually just like whenever the YouTube algorithm finishes, or whenever YouTube finishes decoding it. Also, the song slaps. I'm gonna keep saying it. Too Mellow is like my favorite goddamn artist that I've found in a very long time. He's incredibly good, and I highly recommend going to support him because he put a lot of risk out on this latest album. What is it? It's not Memories of Tokyo Toe. That's the one that's playing currently. That's his last album. Well, not his last album that he did, but his last big album. It's what is the name of the album? Fuck. Sounds of Tokyo Toe Future. Okay. And it's pinged 5 hours post stream. Yeah, it's really annoying. I'm gonna get rid of that bot because at least it's not pinged now. I took off the actual ping. But yeah, it's sorry if I'm a bit out of it today, I suppose is what I should say. Alright, so like I said, I think we're going to play some more Sonic 06 today. I really do want to set up some not sponsored streams, and long story short, because of everything that's been happening, I'm going to have a lot more free time now. I still have a job, don't worry, like I'm not like financially unstable or anything like that. I'm okay-ish. But I'm not feeling great, we'll put it that way. Alright. Let me... How do we want to do this? I guess I'll keep it up on this screen. This is the other problem. Because I'm using my new monitor, my new monitor is a 1440p monitor. Well, the HDMI splitter that I use only outputs signal at 1080p max, I think. And so I actually just have, like, direct cables running. Lawnmower Man for SNES. You know what? We can definitely do Lawnmower Man. I'm not saying we can't. I hate that that's a game that exists, because it was from a movie that wasn't particularly amazing, you know? Although we should definitely play the Matrix game. I will say that. I think that playing the Matrix would be a good idea. Excuse me. Sorry, I just ate breakfast too, so... And it was a lot of cheese. And if you don't know, cheese is really bad for when you're speaking, which is why I never recommend people like eat a lot of dairy or drink milk before streaming or doing any sort of like major speaking activity, because it's gonna mess up your voice. You're gonna get a lot of phlegm in the back of your throat. That's just what it is. Anyway, stream connection seems fine today. We're not really dropping any frames on anything, so I'm gonna go ahead and get the Xbox 360 hooked up real quick. I did order a retro tank. It is on the way. Well, on the way. Enter the Matrix was an alright game. Yeah, not great, but not, like, good or anything. It was just okay. I wouldn't mind playing that, just because it seems silly. But the retro tank is on the way, which means that we're going to be able to play our PS2 games, our GameCube games, and all that stuff real soon on stream. And what I think the first thing I might do is I might actually, I don't know if I'm going to do this on stream. I might do a recording session on stream, but what I might do is I might have Luke come over and we can play through some Super Paper Mario, because I think Luke is really down to try some more Paper Mario, and I really want to play through another Paper Mario game. I would honestly play through Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door again. Just straight up. That was such a fun game. Like, I miss playing GameCube games, because I haven't been able to for the past, like, 3 months. I don't know why I hopped on Twitter. That was just sort of a subconscious thing, I think. Found a pretty good meme though. Put that in memes real quick, and then close out of Discord, close out of Twitter, and get started here. All right, guys. Let me pop over to BRB real quick and take care of this. Music's gonna keep playing as always. Ticker in the bottom left says what the name of the song is. And be right back, guys. We're scared shitless. Alright, we're back. Dude, I have this entire album, like, memorized at this point. Also, I'm frustrated that, like, the ticker isn't working the way that I hoped that it would, because apparently... So if we go back to face cam real quick, look at the ticker here in the bottom left. See how it's, like, clicked off at the bottom? So if we go back here... Yeah, it looks fine here, which... This is a duplicate scene, effectively. I just duplicated the, like... the actual BRB stuff. Like, I duplicated the facecam stuff over to the BRB screen, but something went weird in there, and now it's just not working right. So I think I gotta actually go in and make a new, like, setup for that, basically, which is a little frustrating, but... Anyway, so I'm getting some Sonic 06 started here. Why don't we pop over there? Also, how's sound, guys? Is everything okay? Nothing too loud, nothing too soft. I usually try to keep... I've learned that I try to keep sound about 20 decibels lower. It used to be about 15 decibels lower. But I think 20 decibels lower is a better gauge at this point for figuring out volume levels. Uh-oh. There we go. I thought I messed up real quick. Because the way that my monitors are set up right now, it still thinks that the monitor that I'm playing the Xbox 360 on is the actual monitor, or it is still like a monitor that's plugged into the computer, and it is, but I can't see it because I'm using it to play the Xbox 360. Dual monitor setups are great. I almost wish I had a third monitor, but I don't have space for a third monitor, even if I wanted one, unless it was like off on the side, like drilled into the side panel of my desk. I just don't have the space. Sound seems fine. Mario Party 1 live on stream versus master level difficulty, and I have chat playing one of the AI. So we've got like 2 master difficulty AI, and then we've got chat and me. I like... What is the multiplayer mode? Tag and battle, okay. So it's just either head to the goal or reach the goal first. It's literally just run through the level. It's just the running scenes from Sonic Adventure 2. Alright. Episode select. Anyway, I also realized that this time of year, like, a lot of people are just busy, man. It's January 2nd. I almost said January 1st, no. But it's January 2nd, and a lot of people are busy, and so I realized that not a ton of people are going to be here, but the people who do show up here, I appreciate you guys showing up, and I'm happy to be here for you guys as well. How did that disconnect the controller? I, like, very lightly pushed the button on the top of the battery pack. Come on. Play nice. But, yeah, Oh, hold on a sec. I was like, why do I hear things twice? Because literally I still have the TV audio on when I don't need it. There we go. I just couldn't tell that the TV, like, audio was on. Whoa! Okay, game. I forget where we were supposed to be heading. What did the game say? Think I can do the thing? I don't think Shadow's... I think we figured out Shadow's slide kick doesn't work the same way, so it's not gonna work. Yeah, no, that's not gonna work. It does move the boxes. It's January 2nd, 2022. Yes, it is. I'm genuinely hoping that this year is better than 2020, because I don't know if I could take another 2020, honestly. Not right now. Yeah, I'm not going to mention it too much, but just like, man, I don't feel good. There's a reason I say it at the beginning of streams. Like, mentally, I'm not great right now. Hi. Hi?
It seems like Eggman's machines are looking for you.
Okay, we should probably recap what happened last time.
Nothing.
Shadow and Rouge got sent to the future.
What is Eggman up to?
Shadow and Rouge got sent to the future alongside Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles.
Hey, wait a sec.
They managed to gather a couple of Chaos Emeralds to be able to make a portal back to the past without explaining how they really were able to do that in the first place. Shadow caught sight of Mephiles as they were leaving and decided to leave the portal and go chase after Mephiles. He went to go fight with Mephiles, was about to lose, but Rouge, in the past now, used a Chaos Emerald to keep Omega going because they had seen Omega in the future, so they decided to keep Omega going long enough to get, or long enough for Omega to go assist Shadow in the fight. They then beat Mephiles, got out, and decided to, and then Mephiles escaped through a portal, and then Shadow and Omega escaped through that same portal back to the past. So now everybody's back in the right time period, and they're trying to figure out something about the Scepter of Darkness, which is the thing that caused Mephiles to spawn in the first place after Rouge dropped it on the ground and it shattered. I know vaguely the plot from this point forward, but it doesn't mean that it makes sense. Oh no, it's the train section. Alright, so we need to go to the train. Come on guys, we gotta go to the train station. We gotta go catch Eggman. Right, this is the fastest method of travel. I'm sad that this is the fastest method of travel, but it is. Convoluted time shenanigans. Yeah, that entire thing, by the way, that entire, like, time travel sequence, that's 50% of Shadow's story, and all it does is bring everybody back to the right time period. And now Shadow's chasing after Eggman and Mephiles. Without really a good reason why, other than, I guess, Mephiles was kind of a dick to them. Alright, guys, it's train time. Remember what happened last time we did this? Yeah, so Shadow is trying to destroy the train. Also, this soundtrack still slaps. Listen to this slap bass. I got a medal from that? What? I can't even see it. Right, so you gotta, like, grab the train and let it run into the lasers. And then the gate opens up. Okay. So this is basically the same as Sonic segments, except we're stopping the train now. So if we don't get to the train in time, the train keeps moving and we just lose the opportunity to harm it during that. Also, it's very bizarre. I feel like in testing, they realized that a lot of people are dying because they're getting hit too much in this game. I think they realized that and decided to decrease the amount of rings you lose when you get hit from, like, all of your rings to basically none. Like, I think I lost 1 ring in that exchange. Or maybe it's based on the amount of damage you supposedly would have taken from the encounter, unless it's something like that. Shadow. I didn't even hit the A button again. I literally just held it too long. Come on, man. Shadow! I need you to get the Chaos Emeralds. And also run across these convoluted conveyor belts. Go stop a train that has Eggman on it. But yeah, I hope the train moves a little bit slower in this, because long story short is Shadow just moves slower in this than Sonic does. What is this blue box? Electricity? Okay, I've never seen that in a game before. So good news is Shadow's much better at combat than Sonic is. Alright, hit the train switch. Here comes the train. I like how Eggman's saying, like, farewell, like, we're not actively chasing him right now, and we're gonna catch up to him again, probably. Why didn't Shadow just transport himself back to the past? Yeah, he always keeps a Chaos Emerald in his wallet, is what it seems like. But he, for whatever reason, when he used the Chaos Emerald to teleport, or to like bring Rouge and everybody back to the past after he found it, that Chaos Emerald got sent through the portal. I guess Rouge took the Chaos Emerald or something with her. It doesn't make any sense. That's all I'm gonna say. It doesn't make sense. Also, I realize I'm not actually streaming at 60 FPS. It says it's streaming at like 53, 54 FPS. That's interesting to me. Maybe I should lower the quality on the stream slightly. Oh, the motorcycle. Here comes the motorcycle segment that everybody loves from Shadow the Hedgehog. Shadow. This is so awful to control. I cannot express how, like, terrible this is to control. Like, I'm gonna mess this up. A lot. This feels so awful to control. Who designed this?
Press the A button twice. Use the right trigger to... I've got to watch out for
Oh, I was gonna say, are we just out of ammo now? Can we, like, not fire anymore? Because that seems a bit silly.
Stop. It's time to give up.
I don't think I ever got to this level in Sport. Yeah, unfortunately, this is pretty late game, unfortunately. Is this just, like, I lose and I've got to go do it again?
I'll be able to catch up with the doctor's train.
How do you deal with them?
It looks like that bike still runs. Press the Y button to get on. I can jump over the area.
Yeah, I don't know, man. This is some custom characters that people made, and there's a lot of weird shit going on here. Yeah, Spore's looking real weird today, guys. I don't know how I feel about it.
I've got to watch out for enemies ahead. You think that those attacks are gonna keep me away?
I'm confused by what I'm supposed to do here. Is it like a specific hitbox that I'm just missing entirely, or what? That's it. It was literally just a hitbox that wasn't on the back of the train. You had to hit the side of the train for some reason where that armor plate was. Or whatever that was. What kind of nonsense mechanics? I feel like Shadow could run faster than this motorcycle. In this game, no. In general, yeah, I would say, probably. I don't know, I think Sonic Adventure 2, for everything it did wrong, got the sense of speed right. For the most part. There's obviously some levels in Sonic Adventure 2 that aren't particularly good. But anyway, Zerothan, how you doing, man? Or Lazy D. But I hope you're doing alright. We're finishing up Shadow's story today, and then probably just playing some Spore and maybe goofing off with something else. I don't know. I don't feel great, and I would like to be distracted from that feeling for a while. This looks abysmal. Who modeled the... Who shaded this? Like, where... There's no... Like, there's a shadow.
Have been easier. So, what do you want now?
Who is Mephiles?
Eggman just turning around like, what?
Trying to capture him.
What, dude? You didn't have to blow up the
If you
train.
want to know, you should go find him yourself. But here's a hint. It's all linked to the Soliana disaster 10 years ago.
And by the way, here's an event that was never talked about before this. Again, Sonic 06, but remade in Spore.
Indeed.
You might be able to do it with Galactic Adventures. It wouldn't be good, but you could do it.
You must bring him to me.
Then again, it'd probably be about as good as
I'll tell
this,
you the truth about
gameplay-wise. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna reset my capture card real quick. Maybe, if I can manage that. So sorry if the signal cuts in and out real quick. But I'm gonna mess with something real quick. We're gonna go over to
Knew it.
definitely not the right
I
thing.
knew you'd return. You had to.
You again.
You again.
There will be no more interruptions.
No more interruptions. I don't know why is his voice actor it feels like his voice actor tried too hard to fit into, like, the Sonic thing. I think if you had literally just given him a voice, it would have been fine. It could be potentially marginally better than OG Sonic 06. I'm just saying, I want to play... What I might do is I might play the remake of Sonic 06 that people have been working on PC when that releases. It might be a couple years out at this point. But I would not mind playing... I would not mind playing through that at some point, because it actually looks good. Anybody who doesn't know what I'm talking about, like, there's a release of Sonic... Like, there's somebody who's, like, physically remaking Sonic 06, and I think it's Unreal Engine. Unreal Engine... It might be 4, it might be 3, I don't remember. But he's remaking Sonic 06 in Unreal Engine. I don't know if he's doing the cutscenes, but the levels look phenomenal and actually play well, to what I can tell. Obviously, that's not, like, a perfect thing, but sure. You know, we'll call it they play decently. Also, by the way, Silver Fight, but with Shadow. I'm guessing this goes approximately the same way as the Sonic versus Silver Fight. Because I can't imagine them having changed the AI for this fight just to make him feel like slightly different. Where is it? There it is. It's no use, guys. Flings you directly into the stratosphere to jump into the barrier. You don't have enough time to get away from him. That's the killer. Because you can't homing attack away from him. You gotta remember that. You can't homing attack away from him here. And you can definitely still get stuck in a corner. It's no use. Here we go. This is such a meme, man. You physically cannot get away from him fast enough. That is as fast as I can move. That's as fast as I can get away from him, and that was pushing it. That was like a couple frames away from not being able to do shit. What a good, interesting fight, right, guys? Big, interesting fight. If Silver is this powerful, why didn't he just crush Sonic into a sphere? I think that the point is that he can pick people up, but he can't, like, impart forces, like, to just crush them like that. Hey, Mike, how you doing, man? You missed the Silver fight. It's no use. That's the hilarious part about these sorts of fights. In games like this, and a lot of, like, games that have, like, difficult boss fights, it's not that the boss fight itself is impossible or anything. It is not, in fact, no use. I'm gonna turn up this light a little bit because I look a little bit dark on that side. But it's not, in fact, that there is no use. It's that the game wants you to do the fight in a very specific way, and if you don't do it in that way, it's just not gonna work. I love this. Eat shit, nerd. Something about that chaos control and him just whacking him in the back of the head like that is the funniest thing. I think at the Sonic 06 fan dub, at one point, they had Shadow do the, wait, I can do this better than that. The exact thing that he said was,
I won't give up.
"It's so sad that Steve Jobs died of Ligma."
Can't lose.
Who the hell is Steve Jobs? Ligma balls. And then Shadow just roundhouse kicks him in the back of the head, and it's the funniest shit. This is totally me when the Sonic is 06. Yes, I agree, Frozen Sherbet. How you doing, man?
You induced chaos control.
I won't let anyone get in my way. I'll change the past and save the world.
Shadow's just like, what the fuck are you trying to do, man?
A better future.
Ligma Jobs, there you go.
Eliminate the past.
How you doing, Queen Rowlet? How y'all doing, everybody? Happy New Year, by the way. Hope you guys are having a good start. Also, shout out to Queen Rowlet, who just finished up her 5-day-long subathon yesterday. Congrats on everything. You did great. I'm glad the subathon went well. Silver is in fact based. He is like the... Silver is the stupidest motherfucker on the face of the earth. But, like, I don't blame him for it. I'm having a good start to the new year. Very good. Kulv Teroth and Safi Jiva actively discourage solo play. In Monster Hunter World, absolutely, I agree. Behemoth did so as well. Extreme Behemoth. To be fair, Monster Hunter is intended to be played as a multiplayer experience. The solo experience is something that exists, mostly because it wasn't that hard to implement, I can imagine.
Why so loud? Why do you refuse to listen to my voice? Elise!
By the way, guys, we've gone back in time again because Silver induced time travel and made a portal to the past 10 years ago. This is called the Soliana incident, and we've heard exactly 2 words about this beforehand. Also, Shadow and Silver have just decided to call it a truce after kicking the shit out of each other. Shadow, that's not how you check if somebody's alive.
Flame. It's Iblis.
And the Black Shadow is the original Mephiles.
That's Mephiles?
Yes, dumbass, that is in fact Mephiles.
We'll have to split up. I'll pursue Mephiles.
Okay, then leave Iblis to me.
Why are they suddenly friends? We're just showing this game's awful writing in real time.
Seal it with this.
Hurry!
Yeah, the Soliana incident. Not the Selena incident, although the Selena incident would be interesting, I'm sure. The Celiana incident. We're playing Monster Hunter again. Okay, so... the real question is why not? Yeah. Really. Anyway, welcome to Aquatic Base. I don't get why they decided to use Aquatic Base as a level for Shadow's thing when he's in the past. Selena Gomez was great in this game, I agree. She did a phenomenal job playing character that is unnamed character number 36, who says exactly, alright, and that's it. Anyway, good news is Shadow is actually a little bit more interesting to play in this game than most of the other ones. What's also funny is that, so the red enemies are supposedly formed from Iblis. And I would assume that the purple ones are formed from Mephiles, but the ones from Mephiles have more hit points. We'll call them hit points. It's literally, they get hit twice. They have 2 hit points. Bootstrap paradox? Yeah, there's a possibility for a bootstrap paradox. There's a lot of paradoxes in this game, okay? Don't worry about it. Ow. Also, you have to jump in the air to use Chaos Spear. That is legally required. I probably don't have to beat all these guys, but I'm not sure where to go. One of these doors has got to be open, right? Nope. Okay, they just want us to use the spring, so they probably do want us to beat up everything in the room. Also, there's a motorcycle here for absolutely no reason as far as I can tell. Alright, here's the good question, guys. Who would you cast as any individual character in this game? Give me a... not even necessarily a major celebrity voice actor or actor. It doesn't matter if you want it live action or not. If you want it live action, specify. But, like, whatever your voice actor or actor choice is for this, let me know, okay? Who plays who? Because I'm curious.
There should be a switch somewhere.
Why was I just stuck walking into the door for a second? There should be a switch somewhere. Maybe. Is it under here? Is there a section with Silver playable? Yes. Silver gets his own story. Silver is the 3rd story arc. See, this plays out kind of like Sonic Adventure does. In the sense that there's multiple stories that all have the same, like, they share the same characters and they're all part of the same story, but none of them get the full story. They all have their individual story characters. Steve Buscemi is Silver. How do you do, fellow kids? I would honestly pay money for that. I agree with that one 100%. Goodbye, box. He already voices Mario and Garfield. That's true, yeah. Who designed this bit? Also, now, despite the fact that they said they're gonna, like, split up and go do things, they've decided that Silver is now the playable character. Shadow dying. Shadow's dying in this game is, like, the most dramatic sound I've ever heard. It is the funniest thing. Also, I can't pick up the spike balls. What the hell? I guess I can, like, do that if I'm close. That does require me to be pretty close, though. Adam Sandler as the princess. Yeah, Adam Sandler as Elise would actually... I'd pay for that. That'd be funny. Shadow just... No! The way that he says it is so dramatic. I love it. So, like, the spike balls just respawn. I can literally just wait for them to respawn, but I don't think I have a need to go up there. So I'm just gonna leave. Why did Silver lose his ability to, like, pick up boxes? Or did I fuck up somehow and that caused that? Because that's weird. Also, the explosions don't hurt you, so I'm just gonna... Tara Strong as Blaze. Tara Strong plays everything, man. Tara Strong has been, like, every female character in a major American cartoon for years. And honestly, I don't like her because she gets salty when she doesn't get roles now. And I don't know if that's because she genuinely needs the money or what. But that feels kind of shitty to me. But yes, I agree. Tara Strong as Blaze would actually work in this case. That is a voice that I could get behind. At least they made the shit respawn. Okay, so you gotta, like, hold it to charge it up for a little bit, I guess. She might already be Blaze. Is she? I don't know who voices anybody in this game. Because this was after Sonic 06, or this was after Sonic Heroes era, rather. After Sonic Heroes, I don't know who voices anybody. All I know is Jaleel White is the best Sonic voice. Not really, but, like, that's what Luke would say right now. And honestly, I don't disagree with him. I like the Sonic Heroes era voices. Ron Perlman as Mephiles. That, yeah. No, I would love that. That would actually be great. Ron Perlman as Mephiles, I think, is the funniest fucking thing I could do. That I think is fucking amazing. I could, because it doesn't suck. It's great. But it's just the fact that it's Ron Perlman. Also, so I think I said this, Thursday I went to go see the new Matrix movie, and I gotta tell you, man, everybody's just gonna forget it in a couple weeks, but I liked it. It's a very forgettable movie, but I didn't hate it. It has a lot of really cool ideas that get implemented really horribly. And so, for that reason, I really would love to see Keanu Reeves playing somebody in here. I don't even know who. Keanu Reeves as Eggman would be absolutely atrocious, so I wouldn't mind that. Remember these things? Silver balls? Anybody? This is not how you're meant to cross this segment, I can guarantee you that. Case in point. Danny DeVito as Iblis. Does Iblis get a voice in this game? Seth Rogen as Omega. Keanu is Rouge. No, you could get... Who plays Trinity? Who's Trinity's voice? Or who's Trinity's actor? I forget her name. But you could get her as Rouge, and that would be okay. Do I really have to do this whole fucking segment again? Was there no checkpoints in that entire thing? Okay, game. You know what? I'm getting on the motorcycle. Again, this thing controls terribly. But it might just be better than dealing with this crap. Yeah, how do you... The render distance in here is nonsense. Paul Blart as Sonic. You mean Kevin James? That dude? Because you know what? Kevin James as Sonic? I've heard worse ideas. I genuinely don't have a ton of issues with that one. Because, like, Kevin James isn't... Like, he's not a great actor, but he doesn't do a terrible job. Like, I'm not gonna be like, yeah, Kevin James is the fucking worst or anything. No, he's fine. Okay, here's what's happening. The bike isn't clipping in... Or the bike isn't causing contact with, The bike is, like, clipping into them and then getting hooked on them. It's very bizarre. Can I put the bike on the spring? No. Damn it. Keanu is Amy. All I've heard regarding the new Matrix movie is bad. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna say. The new Matrix movie is not a bad movie. It is a bad Matrix sequel, but I think it covers a lot of interesting ground, and also it's very backhanded. By that I mean they very, very much... The writers, the Wachowskis, did not want to make another Matrix movie, but Warner Brothers basically told them, we're making a new Matrix movie whether or not you're going to be a part of it. So they decided to make the movie anyway, which is fine, and I think that that's probably, like, preferable, but it's incredibly funny in the sense that they decided to write the movie in such a way that they're constantly shitting on Warner Brothers for, like, half the movie. There's multiple scenes where they directly mention, well, Warner Brothers wanted us to make this movie. They said they were going to make it with or without us. But I think the beginning of that movie was super interesting. I think the beginning of the new Matrix movie was super interesting and incredibly trippy. I wasn't really prepared for it, and it kind of, you know, left me in not a great mental state at the end just because of what was happening. But, like, I think it was good. James Earl Jones as Tails, doing his Darth Vader voice with all of the modulation on it. That's all I'm going to add on to that. That's a yes and there. This sucks, for the record. This is, like, the worst gameplay. I literally hit the X button and it wouldn't work. Samuel L. Jackson as Knuckles. Sure, I can agree with that. I was hoping I didn't just, like, grab that and then immediately fall off the edge. The movie was bad on purpose, yes. I get a feeling that that movie was written in such a way that it was a bad Matrix movie intentionally. I think the writers genuinely did not want to make another movie, and so they got salty and decided that they just weren't going to write a good one. So that Warner Brothers stopped bugging them about making a new Matrix movie. Which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that, honestly. I don't have any, like, issue with that. And the movie wasn't terrible, but you know how the original Matrix movies are, like, very sort of existential and very, like, there's a lot of hidden references to, like, angels and stuff in those movies, and, like, they're very cerebral movies. This is the opposite of that. The beginning of the movie is very cerebral and interesting and has a lot of cool concepts going on, and then the end of the movie, the last, like, the 2/3 of the movie is basically please tell me that there's, like, nope, I can't even go backwards. The end of the movie is very... I'm gonna finish talking about this before I actually do this. The end of the movie was actually, like, super... The last bit of the movie was very much about world building, almost as much as anything else. And so, like, I don't think it was bad in that sense, but it was, like, a lot of world building, and then the plot was incredibly simple. And there's nothing inherently wrong with an incredibly simple plot. I will just say that. There's the checkpoint. We were right there. Jim Carrey inexplicably returns as Eggman. Yep, I'd pay money for it. Sold. I really do hate the whole star-studded cast thing that really got popularized because of Marvel movies, honestly, though. Seeing every movie have nothing but blockbuster actors is not something that appeals to me. I understand that it might appeal to some people, and it does help sell movies. I'm not looking for a star-studded cast. I'm looking for maybe 1 or 2 major actors, and then some interesting other choices. Give other people a chance to make cool movies, man. But yeah, the plot for The Matrix Resurrections is very, very, very simple. when you get down to it. Quite literally, the entire plot boils down to, well, I'm not gonna say it because I don't want to spoil it. But like, it's literally, I think, the most basic plot that they could have come up with. Period. And I think that was intentional. Because they didn't want to write another Matrix movie. They didn't want to go through the effort of making some massive cerebral movie. Okay, so that probably opens up the thing down on the ground floor. But I'm going to grab this one up. Because we need it. Yeah.
There should be a switch somewhere.
Why are the two checkpoint... The pacing in this level, man. Okay, why would you put a checkpoint less than a minute after the other segment? Why did they put a checkpoint so close after the other segment when the first segment was like 5 minutes of the level and that one was like maybe a minute and a half? The pacing, man. Dwayne Johnson needs to be shoved in somehow. Dwayne Johnson is Cream. Who's Cheese? Who's Cheese? We need somebody actually cute to be Cheese. No, sorry. Swap those. Swap those. Make Cream a really cutesy character, but then make Cheese Dwayne Johnson. That's the gag that you need there. Don't ask me how I zapped through those lasers completely unscathed, but sure. I do love the Run promo idea. The man really picks and chooses his movie, so he isn't in everything. Yeah, because he enjoys what he does, and he has the luxury of picking what he wants to do and what he's comfortable with. Me, when the Sonic is 06, I don't know. Yeah, the plot is very strange and unnatural in this game. You could pick whoever you wanted, and it would probably be an okay choice for voice acting. Genuinely. I can't move. Fuck the bike. I literally could not move there. Good physics, good physics. I love that they decided that Shadow riding in on a motorcycle is the thing they want to focus in on for this game. They want Shadow to be able to do his chaos control stuff and then also be able to ride vehicles. Because Shadow the Hedgehog was a thing that existed and didn't do well, and they decided they still wanted to go with Shadow trying to be the cool guy riding on motorcycles. That's what kills me. Cream is Scarlett Johansson. No, it's got to be somebody extremely cutesy. Cheese is definitely Dwayne Johnson, though. Me when you... Smiley, how you doing, man? Hope you're doing alright. Happy New Year, man. But, also, all of these levels are just turning into... This is giving me, like, Vampire the Masquerade flashbacks, weirdly enough. Where the entire game is, like, very good up until the end. Obviously, this is not, but, like, the end of the game just turns into a series of death pits, and you have to just beat everything in the room or else. I am sleepy. Understandable. You go ahead and do your sleeping if you gotta. If you can. We can just chill here. And there's Queen Rowlet with the Smommy. Sorry. There's so many enemies in this room. What the fuck? I really actually like how Shadow feels as, like, a character. Like, when you're playing him. I'm crying. Nowhere is safe. Nowhere is safe, man. I'm sorry. Nowhere feels safe.
Not even a challenge.
12,000 rings. Because they decided to use rings as currency in this game. Which is fair. I think I would have rather used emblems, considering that rings are... I mean, like, I guess the idea is that it incentivizes actually collecting rings in the level and not getting hit. But I don't know if that works for a Sonic game. I think Sonic levels, genuinely rings, should just be 4 points and to keep you from dying. I'm drawing a blank for Cream. Yeah, you need somebody... You need, like, a really cutesy, like, anime voice actor for Cream. Names don't come to mind right now. It's all good.
Who are you?
am Shadow. Shadow the Hedgehog.
See, that's how he knows Shadow's name.
Your face, your form, I will remember.
Anyway, so Shadow draws Mephiles into the scepter.
Certain you will die.
There's no special effects put on Mephiles' voice. It just sounds not great. Yeah, random K-pop idol. Some random fucking K-pop idol or something. Something. Just somebody who doesn't make any sense, and then Dwayne Johnson as the little tiny chow that floats around Cream and generally makes cute noises. Except because it's a Dwayne Johnson movie, because Dwayne Johnson is in the movie, Cheese has to be dressed up in a camo vest and placed in the middle of the jungle. Because that's what Dwayne Johnson does nowadays. I'm not kidding, there's 4 separate movies.
You?
There are literally 4 separate fucking movies
The flames are properly set.
that Dwayne Johnson has done in the past like 5 or 6 years, where he dresses up in camo and is in the jungle for the majority of the movie. Dwayne Johnson for Cream. No, we were saying Dwayne Johnson for Cheese because Cheese is supposed to be the super cutesy one. And I want that dichotomy. I still want Cream to be cutesy, but I want Cheese to just be Dwayne Johnson talking like himself. Yeah, big bootstrap paradox here.
You're going to leave it behind?
Yes. I already know what becomes of it in the future.
Bootstrap paradox. Except he's aware that it's a bootstrap paradox.
Turn.
So, Mephiles was sealed in the staff, or in the Scepter of Darkness. That girl,
Chaos
that's Elise. And, Iblis was sealed away, and they're hinting at it really heavily here. Iblis was sealed in, I'm pretty sure it's Elise at the end. The problem is, yeah, Dwayne isn't a bad actor, he's just typecast. Genuinely, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is a phenomenal entertainer. There's a reason that he went from being a pro wrestler into acting. Because he's just an entertainer, and that transition was incredibly smooth for him because of what he does. The whole movie is just Rock talking to all of his different personalities. That would be an interesting movie. It's just Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in a room, talking to himself.
Suit of Mephiles. So, where's the kid? What did you find 10 years ago?
I need you to access GUN's database. Specifically, find out what materials the Scepter of Darkness was made from.
Sure. But you haven't answered my question yet.
I found the means to seal Mephiles.
Everything about that scene felt so lackluster. The special effects of him coming back in, the sound design of everything. Rouge's voice acting felt a little bit flat. Shadow's always feels flat, but that's kind of how Shadow is, so I'm not actually going to give him too much shit about that one. The music was not really right. The Rock as Dwayne Johnson, yes, of course. I would love to put that as the gag, like, you make like an intro credit sequence that's just a bunch of gag characters. Welcome to Save the Archaeologist. I think this is just a fight sequence that happens. You're supposed to stand there and listen to everything. I didn't. I don't know what's happening. Like I said, I vaguely know this plot. By the way, in case you were wondering what Sonic 06 is really about, it's really about reloading the same area for a single line of dialogue. Here we go. Oh no, help. Reload the entire city again with different assets. Slightly different assets. They reloaded the entire city for a single line of dialogue. You have any idea how easy it is to asynchronously load in this shit? Anyway, so this is basically just beat up the monsters. Yeah, a single line of dialogue. Oh no, help, load new scene. Anyway, apparently this archaeologist is being pursued by random shit. The worst part of this is that you aren't exaggerating, exactly. The movie we've created sounds far more interesting, at least funnier than what we actually got in the game. Yes, I'm not saying the voice actors did a bad job. I'm saying everything about this game was rushed, especially on a technical end, which is why the game falls so flat. I don't know if I'm down. I don't know what I'm down for today. I might stream for a really long time today. I was researching the Scepter of Darkness, a royal treasure recorded in ancient Solianan text. I have a feeling it's somewhere that it's somewhere around this castle town, but that's all I've been able to find. When the black flame lights the candle of darkness and the priest's prayers are answered, the dark seal will be no more, and so shall emerge the power. Candles are everywhere, you know, but I have no idea what where to find this candle of darkness. And the priest's prayers, what is that? Plus, what's the black flame? Speaking of black flame, can that generate light? Yeah. Anyway, I've already ranted about how like much of a flop Sonic 06 is. I think I've ranted enough about that. But like this game, I don't hate it. I don't love it. Particularly, I think the writing would be okay. Who's this Smami person? Oh, he's a dude. He's a dude we know. He's a streamer. I don't have a shoutout command. Maybe I should set up a shoutout command to recommend people on Twitch, as fucking awful as that would be, like, from, like, a actual perspective on things. Okay. Huh? Yeah, we literally... Walker Pierce, we haven't even written a plot. We literally just recasted everybody, and the movie that we've written sounds better than what the plot for this game is. Also, Rouge just... Never gonna get over that. Like, all of the falling sounds in this game are amazing. Oh, can you not slide under here? Oh, I feel like you're not supposed to get under here, but we did it anyway. But yeah, shout out to Smami. He's a good dude. He streams over on Twitch, and you guys should go check him out. If you like my content, you might like his. I have no idea what to do from a directional standpoint. We go to the church? Take me to church. The falling sounds are almost as good as the M&M's game. Yeah, the oops, uh-oh, from Yellow. That's a terrible sound. I really like... Do you go back up in here? Is that it? No, because that's sealed. Church. It can't be over there. Again, I don't understand how the AI falls in some of these cases. They've got to literally have just awful tracking. They've got to have the worst pathfinding. The pathfinding has to be literally, well, I don't know what to do. Oh. Okay, no, I thought that they removed the guy who was behind the counter here and just left the robot there. So this is another chaos boost. It's worth 10,000. I don't know if it's really worth it. This is just the tower. I'm trying to think where on Earth they could be talking about, because it's obviously got to be somewhere in Soliana that you have to figure out. Honestly, if they made... This is also part of the reason why I don't think this is a good Sonic game. Because the gameplay is inherently, like, confused. Whoa, look at the frame rate on them. Look at the frame rate on that guy with his not paddling paddle. Holy crap. But, you shouldn't be confused in a Sonic game. Not in a way that's going to keep you from progressing the story. But that's exactly what this game is doing. Like, a Sonic game... Sonic games should not be confusing in any way. Like, maybe plot-wise. Like this one. But at least this one I can understand what's going on for the most part. I'm gonna hit a cop. He looks really mad. Hey. You have a mission from Gunn. Lord Regis, an influential man in Soliana, is being targeted by Dr. Eggman. Lord Regis' daughter may also be in danger. This is a short-term assignment until another agent arrives to relieve you. Sure? Let's do a side quest. And reload the whole town. What time is it? Noon? Almost. Almost noon here. Plot. Silver shows up with Eggman during the festival and sets the town ablaze. The core cast, minus Knuckles and Shadow, are visiting the castle as delegates from their island for the coronation. Okay. Okay, go on. Come on, everybody. Let's write the plot for the new Sonic 06 movie. So, pretentious brat decides that they left the key under one of the bells in town. There's 3 bells, by the way, so I don't know which bell. Eggman has come to make an announcement. I've come to make an announcement. He shows up and he's just like, Iblis is a bitch-ass motherfucker. I'm now friends with Mephiles. He doesn't piss on my wife. Key. This is the most boring fetch quest I've ever seen. This feels like a beta for a game. Blaze shows up from the future, chasing after Silver, claiming he's making a mistake. She teams up with Sonic and the gang. Okay, that makes Blaze actually relevant to the plot, as opposed to just being basically an illusion and not really mattering in terms of the plot. They just got a shipment of dresses and shoes. I already ordered 5, so go pick them up. Okay, so Silver and Eggman show up and set the town ablaze. Eggman is convinced... So basically, Eggman is taking the place of Mephiles in this case, where instead of Mephiles convincing Silver that he needs to save the future by doing that, Eggman somehow convinces Silver that he needs to help. Bring 5 products. Why on earth does this quest exist? Why? Okay, but in the movie, we have like a 35-minute detour where Shadow is literally just running errands for this girl. How much you want to bet that I have to run back and forth 5 times? How much you want to bet that that's what we're doing? You know how cool this game would be? You know what? Completely disregarding everything else. If you turn Shadow's segments into a Tony Hawk game. Okay, so we gotta go actually pick up all 5, which means the 5 are probably in unique locations, but I'm not familiar with what locations those would be. We're just gonna run around the town like an idiot until we find them. And if we fail this, and I'm done. I'm not doing this again. Cool. They're placed semi-haphazardly. Love to see it. With no icons on the map or anything. And with the bad render distance, it's impossible to get on top of a building and actually see where everything is. Good design, guys. Better yet, Shadow gets a gun. Shadow usually has a gun somewhere. Shadow's always packing heat. You know he is. You just never know when he's gonna pull it out. He'd rather use the Chaos Emeralds. He's a kung fu man by nature. But, you know, he realizes that sometimes, you know, you just don't have a good solution, you know? You gotta protect yourself. You gotta stay packing. That's how Shadow feels. Why are we talking about this? I would almost want to make this movie feel like Looney Tunes Back in Action. For anybody who remembers that movie with, like, Brendan Fraser, that's what I actually wouldn't mind seeing in like, a really, like, goofy, like, offhand Sonic 06 movie. Because I can tell you right now, I could write a better plot than this fucking game. This is, like, the laziest plot possible. Don't get me wrong, I don't think I could write, like, you know, anything amazing or phenomenal. I can definitely write something better than this. The princess is still kidnapped. Okay, so Elise still gets kidnapped. Eggman also steals the Master Emerald to stabilize his Iblis engine. Yeah, that brings Knuckles into the fray. Sure. Putting the okay, that's all 5, I think. Putting the Master Emerald at risk will in fact bring Knuckles in. I agree. That's probably the correct way to go about it. Do you think anybody 100% speedruns this game? Do you think anybody's stupid enough to do that? By the way, this means that there's going to be a 3rd segment probably based on what you were just saying there. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. Wow, that like got hot. Ow. I really should get around to try and do more content creation stuff today, but I think I still need to just... I don't think being by myself is a good idea. I don't think being by myself is a particularly good idea right now and just like doing nothing. So I think I'm going to stick with this and then maybe try and do some content creation stuff later. I at least want to record another take on the microphone video because I feel really mad that that microphone video got, like, the footage got deleted after me working on it for like 3 or 4 hours. Watch this. This mission failed. Yep. I failed the mission because I accidentally didn't hit the A button close enough, despite the hitbox not showing that I was actually going to be hitting that dude. So, yeah. Now that entire mission, guess what? If we want to do it, we'd have to do it all from scratch again, probably. So I guess I'm not doing that. Yep, bye. In case you want to see how bad the design in this game is, there you go. I just wasted probably 10 minutes doing that between loading screens and actual gameplay, and got absolutely nothing from it. Oh, is it in the fountain? Did I do it? I'm confused by what I'm supposed to be doing here. It really does appear as if I'm just supposed to, like, hit this thing, right? Dog. Look at the dog. I can't zoom in on him. Because this camera's really bad. Dog. Dog. Oh, you gotta hit the flames or the torches around the outside. What? They mentioned something about a black flame and like being able to light the black flame and being able to produce light, but why the fuck would you ever think that it's the Chaos Spear?
Now I can finally stop Nephilus.
Agent Shadow, E123 Omega has engaged Nephilus. Head to the Wave Ocean, head to Wave Ocean. Agent Shadow, E123 Omega has engaged Nephilus. Head to Wave Ocean immediately.
You guys heard that, right? That was 2 separate takes on that line. He quite literally stopped mid-line, repeated Wave Ocean, and then said the line again. I don't think that was the game bugging out. I think that was just the line reading, the whole line reading, that they didn't even check to see if it was done. How the fuck do I get over to Wave Ocean? Okay, there's springs. You couldn't see it. Ah! Shadow, Rouge, and Omega are still covert operatives. They're tasked with both getting Elise back and the Shadow Staff from a previous mission that has a powerful demon in it, which was stolen. Okay. Okay. Come on, guys, give me more plots. Give me more plots. Give me a subplot. Okay, we've got a main plot going from Walk Up here. Somebody give me the subplot for everything. Is it a romance? Is it some like weird like covert stealth ops thing with Shadow or Rouge or Omega or something? Is it Shadow gets onto a fucking rocket-powered hang glider? What do you do here? I can't shoot... wait, hold on. Can I shoot missiles? I think right trigger might. Shout out to the random breakbeat drums and that crazy fucking dolphin. Okay, fun fact, guys. This is actually Sonic's Wave Ocean. This is Sonic's high-speed segment in his Wave Ocean level. They're reusing the assets, which is fine, actually, because the high-speed segment was moving so fast that you literally could, like, barely get into this cave if you even wanted to at all. So, good. I'm glad that they're actually reusing the assets there. Charmy B turns out to be Iblis all along. Charmy B is Iblis. That I would pay money for. Like, the end of the movie, it feels like the Scooby-Doo live-action movie, where Scrappy comes out and is, like, he turns out to be, like, the main villain of everything. That, I would pay for that. That'd be good. I don't know how to avoid this other than just, like, trying to move out of the way, because the rockets are, I think, are supposed to be able to explode and force the boulders to somewhere else, but they don't. I'm still confused why they made Shadow's entire gimmick, like, why does the paraglider keep disappearing? Because I'm getting hit, and so it's like flickering in and out of existence as like a way. It's like the old like 3D, it's the old 2D effect of like having something flicker on screen to demonstrate that it has iframes and it's likely taking damage. That's what it's doing. So if it's disappearing, it's probably because my capture card literally isn't keeping up with the frame rate properly, and so it's not capturing all of the frames where it is visible, but it's capturing a lot of the frames where it isn't visible. That's my thought process there. Also, Omega just has a gun. Also, we can do this shit. But yeah, the Xbox 360 was the era of games that look really cool and try to do things that are far too advanced for the actual console that they're on. And as a result, end up working poorly, if at all. Hence this. Even with some optimization, I doubt this game would run amazingly on everything. There would still probably be frame rate issues. Why was that rock just there? Yo, Omega rail grinding, let's go. T-posing Omega. I gotta say, when you have a bunch of guys who are like all the same, when you have a bunch of guys who are like all like 1 HP or 2 HP and you're dealing with them with Omega, it's great. That's why that Mephiles fight was actually kind of fun, despite the fact that it was like weird. This is not fun, because you're dealing with things that have like 6 or 7 hit points, and Omega doesn't actually shoot a rocket unless you hold the X button. This other attack is what happens when you tap the X button, and it's not really good unless you're super close. Team Dark makes it to Elise first, but then Eggman gets one over on them, and he releases Mephiles to slow them down. Mephiles turns on Eggman and damages the egg carrier, leading to Elise and Eggman, like, leading to the egg carrier crashing. I like that idea. Like I said, man, this game's soundtrack just slaps. It's just good. Also, this is directly copied from Sonic's Wave Ocean level. Not all of the segments are, but a lot of them are, and maybe that was the point. Maybe they wanted to have a bunch of levels. It was... I really think they were trying to get the Sonic 06 vibe right with this game. It didn't work, but I think that's what they wanted to do. Because, like, everything I'm seeing from a bunch of the level design and, like, the story-based system and everything, all of that seems to be indicating that that they wanted to redo the whole Sonic Adventure style gameplay, where each group of characters went through the same mission, but had slightly different parts and had to navigate them differently.
Welcome, Omega. It won't take much for me to do. Okay. We'll
To
find Omega soon. Hang in there.
Team Dark knows Eggman hurt Elise, at least for now, since won't hurt Elise because she's important to his plan. So they chase Mephiles all the way. They chase Mephiles and wants all the Chaos Emeralds to stabilize his new form. Yeah, plot done. Easy. I forget what activates Shadow's Chaos boost form. Yeah, even Shadow fighting these guys is like fine. I'd say that Shadow being able to do like one-on-one or one-on-2 or 3 fights is probably best, but with Omega you want a bunch of creatures with smaller HP but a shit ton of them. You just want to be able to shoot things. I don't know what this switch does. I just got sniped. Ouch. Yeah, look at the physics going wild here. Chaos boost immediately eats shit. Oh wow, okay. Chaos Spear does a lot of damage when you're in boost mode. Wow. And again, all of these emblems seem haphazardly hidden. I need a moment to think of more plot. No, take your time, dude. I'm just sitting here goofing off with a Sonic game, man. We don't gotta think about plot too hard, alright? You know what the worst part about this is, though? You can't turn off this at all. Once you've gone into Chaos Boost form, I don't see a way to turn it off. But it looks like the tracking on the Chaos Spears is pretty decent, so that's kind of a plus. And it deals a lot of damage, wow. In addition to the paralysis. I would argue that this music doesn't really fit for a couple reasons, but I understand that they probably only had the one track to use for Wave Ocean and didn't feel like figuring out how to switch the tracks around some. So we gotta get to Omega, right? That's the whole point here. I have no clue where to go. Over here, I guess? This entire thing was like a moot point? Or maybe it was like you had to hit that switch in a cave and then you could get over here. I don't know. None of this makes sense, man. None of this shit matters. But yeah, all this, like, lag, that's not, like, the capture card lagging out or anything. That is just, this game can't handle itself. Okay. How do I get to somewhere... Where am I going? I don't think this is a trash the mobs thing. This is where the orca was. Okay. This is where that orca was, like... Where that orca had Sonic... running around. Or, like, you had to, like, use Tails to shut the gate to stop Sonic from going out to sea on the orca. the The vehicle in the background, like, floating off into the distance got me. That was amazing. By the way, guys, I don't know if it's available yet, but hopefully clipping will be available for certain streamers on YouTube coming soon. I don't know if it's only going to be available to partners for a while or what, but if you guys get the option, feel free to clip stuff, alright? You can toss some YouTube shorts on here. I don't mind. Sonic's A-team keeps chasing. Elise but gets stopped by Silver. Silver doesn't want to believe Blaze. Eggman's robots. They also run into Mephiles who beats up Sonic and the gang. Okay, sure. This scene is so entertaining to me. Just fucking die, dude.
This only proves you were created to stop Shadow, the ultimate life form. Don't tell me you didn't know. You may have been programmed by humanity, but what you did to Shadow in the future, that was your...
Why did you just stop saying the line? Okay, that entire transformation should have been happening while Mephiles was talking. It's like they don't know how to script more than one event at a time. Omega just fucking trashing him.
What just happened?
Shadow.
No punctuation. Shadow.
The one that defeats and seals you in the future is me.
Okay, there's a plot point that shows up. Again, there's no music. This is the first time we're hearing the music. That should have been playing beforehand. That was a big reveal. This is just bad. Bad presentation.
It's so unfair. Shadow's always here to defend the world. Despite that,
eventually, when something or someone is seen as too powerful.
Also, I kind of hate Eggman's new voice actor and the special effects they're using for him. Does anybody else miss the Sonic Heroes Omega voice? Because I think it was actually good. This feels so stilted. And I know I've been playing a lot of bad games on the channel recently, and that's just kind of what the channel is. Right now, at least. But I'm very excited to play through Devil May Cry 2, or Devil May Cry 3 and actually play a good game. I'm not going to play through Devil May Cry 2 anymore. Maybe we'll go back in a little while and play through the other story. Ugh. Excuse me.
I will.
Shadow just fucking leaves. I wasn't even paying attention to the plot there. So, Omega defeats Mephiles. Mephiles escapes. And then Shadow just kinda... Then Mephiles tells Omega that Omega is the one who seals away Shadow in the future because he's designed specifically to stop Shadow, which is not the case in Sonic Heroes canon. But I guess it can be the case here, even despite the fact that Rouge knows that Omega exists before any of the things involving Iblis happen. Protect all the citizens and destroy all the enemies. Yeehaw. Ow. Also, they always use the same music for this. Meanwhile, Omega and everybody else doing absolutely fucking nothing to help. Just standing there and wandering around like idiots. Plot twist, Omega was also Charmy the Bee the whole time. Yes, exactly. That's the plot twist that we need. We need plot twists, people, come on. You have any idea how much I hate how, like, Hollywood executives talk and, like, people who are higher up in management and like trying to motivate people. I hate that shit so much. Just tell it to me straight, man. What do you think is gonna work? Don't try and be like, you know what the people want? No, dude, what do you want? Okay? What do you want? What do you think is gonna sell? You don't gotta tell me, yeah, it's gonna be the best thing ever. It's gonna sell super well. We're gonna have all sorts of shit going on. No, you don't need to tell me that. Just tell me what you want, and we'll figure it out from there. The chaos boost actually being useful. Perfect. This is like the most nothing game to play through. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. There's just not much here. There's a plot, sure, and there's some stuff I can criticize, but that's about it. During the last confrontation with Mephiles, Shadow struggles but wins. Sonic and the gang show up while chasing Silver. Mephiles quickly steals Silver and Sonic's Chaos Emeralds, thus getting all 7, and then you have the big fight at the end, which kind of always happens. Thank you, I'm Lord Regis. I govern this city. The town has been turned upside down ever since Princess Elise was abducted. Hopefully it'll all be resolved soon. What brought you here? You're a gun agent, I see. I'll tell the gatekeeper to let you through to the gate to the desert at any time. Okay, so now we get to go do the desert level again.
Not even a challenge.
I like Omega's little, like, dance thing that he does when he wins. He's just, like... It's supposed to be, like, the robot stretching, which doesn't make a ton of sense, but sure. Like, I love the idea of the robot just, like, rotating body parts and pretending to stretch, because that's what it sees other people do. Like, yeah, that's normal. It makes sense. I'm still not convinced robots are ever gonna actually take over everything. Genuinely. Like, I'm sure that this is, like, a point of contention for some people. I think robots are too stupid, even if we give them AI to really understand how shit works. Anyway, so now we can get over here. I don't know why it lets you homing attack it, but then you still have to push forward in order to actually hit the portal for the trigger to set the, to, like, start loading in everything activate. For that to activate. Now we're in the desert. Okay, guys, what do you think the next boss is going to be? Because if you think it's going to be Egg Cerberus, you're probably right. I actually don't know.
To have headed for those ruins.
It might be another Mephiles fight.
He's probably looking for the Chaos Emerald that's supposed to be there.
There's no doubt in my mind. His movement shows he's seeking any Chaos Emerald he can find. Supposedly, he needs one in order to join with Iblis again.
I will seal him before that.
Omega's just ready to fuck shit up, man. Mephiles in the cast. Mephiles then sends the cast to the future where they see the horror and destruction that Iblis causes. During the lull, Silver finally comes to terms with Blaze's revelation. Then Iblis and Mephiles appear, and then Charmy B shows up and kills both Iblis and Mephiles. They have to fight Charmy, and Cream and Cheese beat him. Cream and Dwayne The Rock Johnson Cheese beat Charmy, and that's just the whole thing. By the way, if you've never played Knuckles Chaotix, I highly recommend that game if you really don't like Charmy, because you're gonna like Charmy even less, because he's basically required for some of the levels. But yeah, Knuckles Chaotix is a very interesting game if you've never tried it. So again, if we get off here, we just fall into the ground. And that's kind of it. Amazing. That no really just sunk that in so well, huh? I'm going this way. Ooh. Okay. Long story short, this game doesn't like you doing anything on this craft. It feels terrible to control. I loved Vida's playthrough of Sonic Heroes because it's mostly him calling Charmy be a cunt. And then Cake rated him and he managed about 5 minutes of not swearing. Yes. Yes, that was the best part, was he actually managed to do like 5 minutes of not swearing. I can't go backwards, guys. Also, this gun is fucking useless. Do I have to be fully stopped in order to get out? Can I get out? This probably isn't the right way. I mean, there's enemies here, so they obviously intended for you to go here, but maybe you have to, like, open up all the, like, portal things. I will take a fucking life on that one, and if we gotta restart this from here, it's just what we gotta do. We haven't saved in a while, but I think it'll save me. It'll put me before the last checkpoint here. But yeah, Vida's playthrough of Sonic Heroes is honestly just good. I'm so used to not moving the right analog stick for games anymore because of playing DMC2 so much. DMC2 and like games with actually... So DMC2 doesn't have a good camera, but the fact of the matter is you just can't control the camera, so it's okay. Whatever, you just gotta deal with that. Same thing with DMC1. And so like I'm so used to playing those games and actually playing games with decent cameras that I don't know what to do when a game actually requires me to move the camera anymore. Iblis is nothing more than a tool used, yeah, it's mindless destruction used to, guided by Mephiles. It takes the whole gang to kill Mephiles and get the emeralds back. Iblis attempts to kill the gang. Silver uses telekinesis to barely hold Iblis back long enough for Shadow to, Sonic and Blaze to use Chaos Control to get back to the present. Silver dies. Sure, that works. This is like a very uninteresting level. This is Sunday Drives in Shadows level. Like, what? Yeah, so this is where you needed to go. I just took a shortcut and was punished for it because it didn't fucking open. Excellent gameplay, guys. Good job. And again, I don't think Shadow should just, like, fall into the sand. It's fucking sand, dude. It's not, like, quicksand or anything. But, whatever. It's done.
It's just a bit further.
I don't know what that sound means. What is that, like, very light sound? It sounds like I completed something. It sounds like something opened up, or like I've done something that made something appear. But you can never tell what that thing is unless it's like maybe if it's a door. But even then, doors just seem to open up when you beat all the enemies in the room, because of course they do. I have to be careful not to get caught up in the sand wave, and then immediately get caught up in the sand wave. By the way, yes, the reason that I'm wiggling around so much when I'm doing this is because the game is, in fact, that hard to control. It does, in fact, suck that much to control this game sometimes. Also, this, like, MIDI saxophone that's being used is very bizarre. Whoa! Camera. I'm literally not taking damage at all. I'm running into them, and I'm not taking damage. God damn it, Omega. No noise whatsoever for Omega dying.
I have to be careful not to get caught up in this.
I'm gonna lose this level, and it's gonna be very frustrating. And that's okay. We'll just have to deal with it. Let's just start back over. I guess it's not supposed to be a saxophone. It's supposed to be, some sort of double-reeded instrument. It's not an English horn, but it's very similar sounding to an English horn, honestly. It's a like a Middle Eastern or Southeast Asian horn that I don't know the name of off the top of my head. This is a good game, right, guys? Just from that, like, 30 seconds of gameplay, I'm sure you can tell this is an excellent game with no problems whatsoever. Can I really not target them? Okay, there we go. I was about to say, why can I not target them? Can I hit you, please? Maybe not. I'm gonna lose all my rings because of this, dude, and I'm not gonna be able to leave the room. There we go. Jesus. So yeah, we're hitting this point in the game where, like, before this, a bunch of the rooms, you could just, like, skip a lot of the enemies in them and it was fine, but that's not the case anymore. Well, there's the switch. Also, it seems like the tracking on on fucking Omega's gun has just completely gone. That seems to have worked. Again, I don't know why the sand is something we have to avoid here. Hey, look, a checkpoint. And I saw the switch on the other side of the room, so I'd imagine that we're just going to be going around. This isn't confusing and frustrating at all. Hey, look, a 1-up. Things I can actually use. Literally just gonna walk up and mash the X button. Because none of the enemies apparently have hitboxes that damage Omega directly, so... It's only when they start shooting off lasers and shit. Anyway, how are you guys doing? I hope you're having a good start to the new year. Again, Happy New Year to everybody. I'm glad we're all here. We all made it. We did it. We're done. We done it. And there's still enemies that we missed. I think that did it, because I see stand particles. Yep. Cool. Very not glitchy staircase. Uh-oh. Just kidding. It's Omega. I'm still, like, questioning why the robot manages to save itself by collecting rings. But I guess that just kind of is how it is. You'd think that they would give him, like, a health bar like they did in, most other or in like the shooter segments, and like Omega or in Gamma's segment in Sonic Adventure, and Tails and Eggman segments in Sonic Adventure 2. Another one-up. It's like the game realized that you might be having some issues at this point. Not the worst start to the year. There we go. That's all you can hope for. I've had a pretty fucking abysmal start to the year, if I'm being honest. Well, end of last year, start to this year, but gotta keep moving. Gotta keep doing stuff. You know? I'm not dying here. Not to this bullshit. They get back and use Knuckles to track down Eggman's base using the Master Emerald. However, it's completely destroyed. Mephiles is there and battling Eggman, who's holding his own. Well, I gotcha. Yeah, and then they team up with Eggman, probably, and just do that. I'd be down for that. Because that's kind of what happens in Shadow the Hedgehog, and I actually like that plot line in Shadow the Hedgehog. Are you fucking kidding me? I didn't have enough speed while jumping, and so I just jumped, and there was... This game, man. You can't gain momentum while you're jumping, but the game doesn't seem to know when to tell you that or not. Spring up. That's empty now. Hit the switch to get out of the room. Leave the room. Missed that last time. Not like I'm ever going to be going for all emblems in this game because, oh god, emblems in this game are not fun. There's so many emblems for so many arbitrary things. Also, I feel like they didn't really think about the way that this works. These like, the things that shoot laser, or the things that shoot like, yeah, everything here doesn't have a good enough range to be able to hit you from far enough away. They literally just tossed enemies here, and we're like, yep, those will work. Definitely not going to be a problem. Omega also doesn't have enough range to cover this, mind you. He has to be like on the very edge of the platform in order to do it. This is the worst part about these things, is that they go into the ground. Because they go into the ground randomly, like, you can't always hit them. Sometimes you literally just have to wait for them all to come up, because they're all on the same cycle. They're not, like, there's no way to stop them from all going into the ground at the same time, unless they just happen to be on different cycles, but they all spawn at the same time, so they all follow the exact same animations. Hey, you remember when we got sidetracked in this level? You know we're trying to find Mephiles and we're just like randomly using Omega to go find the switch? That like isn't really being shown anywhere right now. We're just kind of wandering through this entire spot. How much you want to bet that most of this level is in fact Omega? That looks like a switch.
Omega's done it. Let's move on.
Also, now we're back here for some reason. We can't go back this way. Alright, so don't get caught up in the sand wave. I'm wondering if that just pushes you back or if it's actually harmful to you. The spike balls are harmful to you, I suppose. I wonder what's in here. It's almost like it's glowing like an emblem chest would. Those literally don't matter. None of those matter. Okay, that one might. Maybe. Amazing. Thank you, game. What the fuck? I can't do anything there. The game just has to let me up eventually, or else we're stuck here forever. There we go. They team up with Eggman but it isn't enough. Without Silver and Eggman's mech already badly damaged, they lose. Omega detonates trying to kill Mephiles, but that doesn't work either. Instead backfires and breaks the containment vessel. Eggman had Elisa in to slowly siphon the Iblis energy off of her. Okay. What a good game, guys. You know, it's a really good idea, a Sonic game where you can't build momentum because as soon as you jump, you lose all your momentum. Even off of dash pads. Look at that. Beautiful design. This was really the start of, like, they forgot how to make a good Sonic game, huh? But yeah, I can get behind that plot, Walker Pierce. That seems fine. I'm taking all the 1-ups I can get, man. Especially with all these random enemies around that might throw off my homing attacks. Gonna get rid of that shit. Okay, now I think we've got a Mephiles fight. That was 12 minutes in game time. Jesus, that was a long level. Ugh. This game, man. Sometimes it's just tiring to play through. Okay. Keep going. Shadow, you don't look like you're moving fast, man.
I was expecting you sooner. As you must know, you're already too late. But there's still time for you to change your mind. Join me, Shadow.
Where did this join me, Shadow thing come from? I guess it has to do with, like, the fact that Shadow knows that he's going to be imprisoned in the future for this mess.
What?
You have no desire for revenge. You only crave destruction. Your only lust is to fuel Iblis until there is nothing left of time itself.
It's a pity, Shadow the Hedgehog. Truly a shame that you wish to go against me.
Mephiles then begins trying to awaken Iblis because it turns out he was the Iblis trigger all along. Ah, of course. Anyway, time for a really weird battle. Again, I'm sure. Where we just gotta wait for him to try and do something and then smack the fuck out of him.
Sure you regret this, Shadow the Hedgehog.
I'm gonna assume this battle plays out the same as the last one. Also, why was that required? Why did you need to load that in? Why would you not load that in as a part of the loading screen for the battle before? Like, before the battle, like, just loading in all the enemies and the AI and everything. This game is just nothing but loading screens, man. Got a shield. There's no music playing. Or sorry, there is music playing. It's very, very, like, little. It's very insignificant, and that's intentional, I'm sure. Oh, wow, the camera actually homed in on something. No, it doesn't. The lasers. Did we kill it? Did we destroy the thing made of shadows? That we did, and guess what? I'd imagine this is almost the exact same method that we're dealing with everything else here. Where we just go into burst mode eventually, and then that's it. So where's Mephiles? Nope, we're just getting a shit ton of these things. Howdy. Wait for it. It takes Eggman bombarding Mephiles with lasers while Knuckles uses the Master Emerald to strip the Chaos Emeralds from Mephiles. I gotcha. Yeah, you know what? That could be fine. So we're just doing this for a while, I guess, and then Shadow activates his Chaos Burst mode, maybe. We'll have to see what happens here. What happens if I activate my Chaos Burst mode? Yes, okay, that's exactly what you need to do, just like the first fight. Also, shout out to that lag. What do you mean take this, bitch? Get out of here. I think Mephiles might be a little bit dead here. So he's gonna start making clones of himself, but the camera keeps tracking him. Okay, so now we gotta do this, right? Done. Easy fight. Shout out to the lag for always being there for me. Shout out to lag for being super consistent.
I am forever. I am invincible.
Why did we need that? By the way, that's all of Shadow's episode, apparently.
Yes.
What a train wreck, man. What a train wreck. Sonic, Shadow, and Blaze enter the Super State to destroy Mephiles. Iblis was not awakened, the energy dissipates from Elise. Sonic beats up Eggman and he escapes, and yeah, in the credits, and then we're done.
Perfect.
S rank. It's almost like once you understand how this game works, nothing in this game is particularly hard, it's just not entertaining. No, that's a lie, some of it's still entertaining. Cleared the act, cleared Shadow's entire story. Ugh. Cleared. Oh yeah, that's right, you get another one for clearing it with a rank S. Which is what you want to avoid in speedruns, funny enough. Shadow episode is now available in the theater room. Let's go ahead and save. And we get a fun little cutscene here. Why does this not look any better than Sonic Heroes cutscenes? This is what, 4 years? 3 years after Sonic Heroes? It should look a little better than that. Post-credit scene, Charmy the Bee morphs into perfect chaos. Yeah, and then the Open Your Heart by Crush 40 starts playing. You hear the... You just hear the guitar riffs start playing. It's like, what? Sonic the Hedgehog 7. That's what that's gonna be.
It's destroyed.
The Eye of Now absorbed your power through your shadow in the past. What may have worked 10 years ago no longer does.
Okay, now we've got an actual plot going on. Because they don't really have a way... The scepter doesn't work on him anymore. And Mephiles has 2 Chaos Emeralds because he defeated Shadow and took his...
You must realize now that you cannot hope to stop me with your limited power.
So you say.
It It's futile. The world will betray you. Why fight at all? Why risk your life for those who will persecute you later?
If the world chooses to become my enemy, I will fight like I always have.
Oh, I was like, what is that sound? Did he just like drop shotgun shells out of things? No, he's using the bracelets as like some fucking power limiter bullshit. Why would you lower the frame rate like that on it, man? I guess maybe due to technical limitations. It looks fine. That's a nitpicky thing. I shouldn't really yell about that. Ugh. So that existed. That was a thing. That happened. I actually don't hate this music. Oh, it's All Hail Shadow. Never mind. That's good shit. All right, let's go ahead and flip one over here. This game, man. It exists. I don't know, what do y'all think? Is there any semblance of a story that's worthwhile here? I think that Shadows is probably the best story out of all of them. Sonic's is very generic and lightweight. Shadows doesn't make a ton of sense, but at least it's got something going for it. There's an idea there. I am reading what you said, Walker Pierce. Yeah, it's not a bad idea for a post-credits scene. I think I need a break, though. I'm tired. I'm just, like, looking at this credit sequence right now, and, like, can I skip it? Yes, I can. Awesome. That was a revised plot. It was better. It made more sense. I mean, like, I get what this game is trying to do. It's really trying to do the Sonic Adventure thing. It's trying to do the Sonic Adventure thing of straight up just having a, like, a story that is continuous over multiple, like, groups of people, you know? And so, like, you can have a story that takes place over 3 different characters' quote-unquote stories, and each of those stories is independent among themselves, but they all lead to everybody converging into the same point. But the thing is, all of these stories are just barely connected. The only part of Shadow's story that connects to anything that Sonic's doing right now is the very beginning when they all get teleported into the future. As soon as that's done, nothing... Like, as soon as they come back, except for Shadow, nothing about Shadow's story really makes any sense. As far as, like, trying to keep the narrative going. There's no point where Sonic and Shadow, like, see each other again during the plot. So that's where it kind of gets weird. I suppose that they all connect with Eggman at some point, but that's not quite, like, that doesn't quite work either, because Eggman's doing different things as well. There's only one narrative point connecting them, where the ideal for something like this would be that you would have multiple narrative points where each character would, like, meet with one another. At least one character would meet with one other character multiple times. And so that's where it kind of gets weird. So, like, I think Silver's story is what's supposed to try and draw the whole thing together, and then we've got, I think it might be called, like, Supersonic's story or Final Story or whatever, I'm sure, that is, like, the actual conclusion to everything where everybody comes together and deals with whatever thing is happening. But yeah, I don't know. Because, like, Sonic's story ended on a happy note. He saves Elise from Eggman's thing, and then that's it. That's all that happens. And then Shadow's story is telling you that there's a bunch of other shit going on in the background that needs to be taken care of, but it's not really giving you a resolution to that. It's ending on that point where Shadow is still fighting Mephiles. So I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and start up some music and flip on over to the BRB screen, I think. Because I need to go take a break. I need to get up and stretch and get something to drink. You guys should do the same thing. Alright, stop looking at the computer screen for a couple minutes. You guys know the drill. Alright, so let's go ahead and put on some music. And flip on over to BRB. We'll be back in like 5 minutes, guys. We'll see you in a bit.
let's go. Right, here we go now. Batman scoop on the mic, mix in the mix on the wheels of steel. This is what I was fucking born to do. Yes, let's go. One, two. From the top, let's go. One, two. One, two. Let's go. One, two. From the top, let's go. One, two. One, two.
Okay. Give me just a minute here, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and swap games. I don't know what I want to pick up next. I mean, I could go back to some Devil May Cry. I could pick up pretty much anything on my PC at this point. Let's just go do some Spore. I don't know what else to do right now, and I don't really have the mental capacity to be thinking through things super heavily right now, honestly. I feel kind of like garbage right now. But I don't really want to end stream like this. I'd rather go for at least a little bit longer. So give me a minute here, guys. Let me get set up with Spore. Shouldn't be more than a minute or two here. Here, let me swap one over to face cam in a minute. Yes, zeroth in Spore. It is in fact time for Spore. So when last we left off, actually all my game files got corrupted. I still have the save file itself, but all the game files got corrupted, and I had to go replace a bunch of those, which was a pain. But I think we're good on that end now. Let me make sure that the audio is going to be coming through the right set. Spore app should not be coming through there, it should be coming through here. Nope, that's the wrong spot. Here. And then let's go ahead and swap scenes. Finally back, I think. We're getting there, we're getting there. I'm having a bit of a moment, unfortunately. So I think I'm just going to try and keep playing through it. Alright, I think Spore's good. In which case, let's just swap straight on over to the desktop here, and I'm going to need to mess with some settings. Sorry, I gotta fix a bunch of stuff on here because of the new monitor. And just things not working as I thought they would initially. You'll be alright, gotta get up. Wish I felt better. Alright, so there's that. I got a couple ways I can go about this. I think what I'm gonna have to do is transition here. Okay, that's good. I'm not gonna do anything with. We can. Do we want to make an account for Spore? I haven't made an account for Spore in years. Yeah, I'm using the new monitor here. We're just kind of getting used to everything, and I'm just gonna go ahead and turn that off now. So we can make a Spore account real quick. I'm just gonna have to like blur this out, I guess. Here. This is something I learned how to do the other day, or rather I found something that can do it. Yeah, blur that shit. Alright, hold up. Here, let me make an account. The email address and password don't match anything. Okay, so how can I register? Can you register for Spore stuff still? Registration Spore. That's an empty website. You gotta use Origin or something? The only way to get your CD key will be through the registry, finding your Spore key. Registering a new account on Steam. Run Spore on Steam. Enter your origin account information and then hit register. Maybe I already have an account on like an old... I might have an old account that I know the password to. Looks like it. Yep, connected. Cool. We're good. May have to finagle the Spore server. It's a bit roundabout for Steam. Yeah, a little bit. Anyway, we're good now. We're in. And I think I can make this bigger. Let's use the full maximum potential of this ridiculous program. Go to full screen mode. Hey. How's that feel? Oh, you get to see my old username. Huge's Dongus. We're on the civilization stage. That's where we saved last. We kind of BS'd through making our town hall and everything. So why don't we go back and fix that a little bit? Screen's still blurry. Screen should no longer be blurry. This is why I don't full screen, because then the capture stops working, right? Filter. Screen no longer has a blur effect on it. If it's blurry, I don't know what the... Yeah, I was about to say, it definitely isn't. Also, guys, we got the classic. We got a Pepsi. Not sponsored, by the way. Yeah, we just did 144p. That will make it blurry, Mike. Okay, so we made like a military nation. We could theoretically go for like any of the victories, but we might have to unlock some stuff for them. So first things first, why don't we fix up the really terrible building that we made? Let's start with something from the Sportpedia. Go through everything online. Recent downloads. This is all the Marvels, or the Marvel stuff, the Maxis stuff, excuse me. Can I go online? Search online. Just for whatever. G. Letter G. That is in fact the letter G. Cheers to that. Look for town halls. Or city halls, rather. Just browse city halls. This is kind of interesting. Let's start with this. Religious conquest. Yeah, we can go for religious conquest. Why don't we just make a giant Pepsi building, actually? Better idea. Religious Pepsi. I think it's better if we just leave it as a cylinder at this point. Big ol' Pepsi. Alright. What can we add on to this? We could go for one of the more tribal looking things, but I think it'd be best if we just went with like a drum roof. Yeah, the Pepsi building. Oh, that's neat. You can put a little thing on top of it. We'll do that, and then for a window, we'll just use one of these, and then we'll paint that red. Yeah, the non-sponsored Pepsi building. I think theoretically you don't even have to have a door on this thing. Let's go ahead and add another one on the other side. A little bit of asymmetry never hurt anybody. There we go. Let's add on... I don't know how much more we really need to add on. We could, like, toss on... maybe something on top. Possibly. I feel like the civilization stage is the one that lacks the most identity out of any of them, unfortunately. It doesn't matter what you do, you're basically doing the exact same thing regardless, for this in particular. Alright, so we want, like, a pretty solid looking blue, maybe something a little bit more metallic if there's a option for something more metallic, but I don't really see it. We could go for like this and make it blue. Let me see. Ramparts! You want a Pepsi now? Hey, look, that's not my fault. I'm not sponsored. I'm definitely not advocating for Pepsi product from PepsiCo. Yeah, the space stage isn't bad. I think the problem with space stage is just like they set you loose to go do whatever you want, but then they don't really give you much that's interesting to do. That actually lines up pretty decently, doesn't it? Not perfect by any means. We're not going to be able to make a little Pepsi symbol on here without a lot of finagling. We, like, theoretically, we maybe could with, like, a bunch of these little bits here, but I don't really want to go through that process. The building seems tasty. Yeah, exactly. Peepus Co. Seems good to me. No issues there. Alright, we gotta design a new house. So for these, I think I'm just gonna try and look at the Sportpedia and see what we can pull up. Online content only available when logged in. I am logged in. Whatever, man. Let's just pick some shit. Because I'd rather get into the gameplay right now, so I'm not thinking as much. I like the Colony Dome set stuff. That's always kind of neat to me. I like how they, for this stage in particular, they tried to make things that are very themed. And so, like, you've got, like, different sets of buildings that all sort of fit together. And I think that I don't know, something about that, like, I just really appreciate. It was, they had to go through and make all of this stuff just to make the game viable for the first release, and then people made hundreds and hundreds of other things. What if we just make all of them right arrows? What if we just make everything else like a right arrow that's pointing towards the Pepsi building? That seems good to me. We'll make them red. Perfect. Yeah, thousands, millions. There's so many things. There's so many things in sports. People made so many creations. It was such an interesting idea. It's like Super Mario Maker in a way. You know, where, like, everything did kind of point towards one thing or another, you know? Like, everything was about being able to point at somebody else's creation and go like, yeah, I want to use that. And that's cool, that's fine, there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, let's just make this very long, very small. And then see if we can get a right arrow going on here, because the way that this works is that these are all separated out into separate things. The mushroom stalk. I don't think it's gonna work. There were definitely some dicks online, unfortunately. There were a lot of them. People definitely misused the system in a lot of ways, but you know what? It's what it is, especially with a game that was like 2008. Of course they're gonna misuse systems like that. That's what, same with any, I was just talking about this with Luke last night. Luke came over a little bit last night. any system where you give somebody any system where the entire content creation process, if you're giving people a tool for a content creation system, then they're going to abuse it, and the quality of the content is generally not going to be as good as, say, content that's been vetted by a company that's trying to make money off of the game. I'm not saying that's always the case, because there's definitely examples of content that is just explicitly better, partially because it was made by a community that cares about it. But the chances are, if you make it easy enough for somebody to make content, a lot of the time they're just going to abuse that ability to make content. Did you? I don't know, did you? Need at least 3 parts to save. Bane of my existence. What is this building? This is entertainment. Okay. Done. The most boring building ever. Design a new factory. Okay, we can put a little bit of effort in on the factory. Alright, let's do this proper. Let's do this right, guys. Yeah, that's why I only played the campaign levels of Mario Maker 2. Yeah, I was just talking about Mario Maker 2 last night with Luke. So, like, I'm just not super interested in that game because I don't care a lot about this sort of, like... The majority of the levels you're going to find in Mario Maker games are going to be kind of garbage because it's just stuff made by the community. And that doesn't mean that content doesn't have value, but it doesn't have the value that I am looking for in a game like that, you know? Big Wagner's Inc. It's a Tesco. We just made a Tesco. Let's add on this roof. I will say this game was definitely had a really cool editor system. They definitely put the most time into getting the editor working right. I can almost guarantee you that much. Like with all the snapping systems and being able to modify parts in so many different ways. I think we can do a better roof than that. Let's use this one. In the copy of Ruby that you got, the guy just named his, caught a tentacle and named him Penis. Of course he did. That's just what happens in Pokemon games a lot of the time. I know that's what you shouldn't do in Mario Maker 2. Yeah, exactly. If that's what's entertaining you, then that's what it is. You have found the value that you appreciate in that game, and that's what really matters. Nothing else really matters that much, comparatively. Let me see. Super IKEA. Sure, we can call it that. Oh, that's kind of neat. Let me see here. So we need some sort of opening for them to get into the building, right? Very, like, this is very, retro future, I guess is the way to put it. Like that sort of 50s idea of what the future was going to look like. I like those windows, but I think they need to be a bit more exaggerated. Now, if only we can make it bounce up and down like a 30s cartoon, like the Mickey Mouse cartoon. This is the big brother. It's always watching. And then we'll add another one right here. This is a fun design. I like this. I'm actually pretty happy with this. And then you gotta add something to designate it as, like, a building that does this sort of thing, I guess. Mess with this some. Can we, like, move it so it fits a little bit better on here? Just like so it fits, like, perfectly vertically. That is part of the problem with Spore. With a lot of the stuff only works, like, it only lets you shoot, or it only lets that part come directly out, like, from a certain point on the, like, it's always normal to a certain point on the surface that it's on, and so sometimes that doesn't really work too well. Like in here, where I was gonna put something cool here, but never mind, because it's just being a pain in the ass and fussy about it. Yeah, that just looks bad. I mean, I guess we don't need this if we just put this here, right? Because that's where this is supposed to go anyway. And we just kind of do this, and that should be good. And then maybe add a couple smaller details on the bottom just to, like, spruce it up some. Little patches. We'll paint those something different colored, that way it looks a little bit more visually interesting. I do find it funny how little I understand. For whatever reason, when I was younger, I had so much trouble understanding anything artistic. I did not get visual arts at all. Like, I had such a hard time with it, and so I would make things, like, almost purely for functional reasons in games that made me, like, force me to be creative. But I would still spend forever on them trying to get them to look good, but I just didn't understand it. I don't know. What about you guys? You ever had that issue when you were younger, or now even? I'm still not the best visual artist. It's not really my thing. There's a reason why I don't really do, like, proper drawings, because I'm still not great at making things purely from scratch. I can work with, like, computer graphics because I understand how they work and I have a vision and I, like, understand the tool better than, say, like, working in things from scratch. I just got a Steam achievement in Tales of Arise for collecting many, many owls. Very good. Very proud of you, Zero. You should be very proud of your owl collection. I'd never heard about having to make, or having to collect owls in that game, not gonna lie. I kinda like that idea. Okay, and then on the door here, we're just gonna have smaller panels that are set up the same sort of way, I think. Unless it clips into something. That's annoying. Nope, let's do something else then. Kind of like that. I don't hate that idea. All right, over the building, or over to painting stuff. I'm terrible. I struggle to imagine things, which is partly why my Animal Crossing Island is total garbage. This isn't Sonic. No, it isn't, because I got done Shadow's story in Sonic 06 and didn't want to continue. So we're playing Spore. What's up, Eric? Just start with this one and go from there. I don't know how I feel about that color. Make it darker, maybe. Maybe we'll go with, like, a gray, like a darker gray. Nah, I feel like that blends in too much. I kind of like this. Let me see here. I don't like that look. Some of these, like, a lot of these textures are just straight up ugly. Whereas Sonic 06, it already happened, man. You can watch backwards through the video. YouTube should still have everything set up for it, hopefully. DVR do exist, if I remember to turn it on this time. Hopefully I did. Yeah, a lot of these patterns are just like piss ugly. It's the unfortunate truth of it. Alright, and then we got the windows. The windows we could do up as a, like, maybe something like this, and then change the colors around a little bit. Maybe keep looking. Do like an Art Deco thing. Sometimes it is just genuinely hard to pick out what you're actually looking for in one of these. Go like a brown. We could go for a brown on these too, and then we just have to make this like a lighter. We'd have to make the actual panels like a lighter color because there is like a manual paint mode. It's just easier to try and paint everything that is a certain thing like a certain thing without having to go through and manually paint up everything about the structure. That looks terrible. That looks marginally better. So then, like, I don't know, we go through here with, say... These aren't necessarily windows. But we can try and paint them like windows. That's just too flat of a color. We need something that actually has a texture attached. And then we could do, like... I will say the sport music is kind of ingrained into my brain after years and years of listening to it. I don't play this game very often. This is the first time I picked up this game in a very long time aside from the last stream that I did, so... There's that, but I think that, it's just sort of ingrained into my brain. It's very simple music, you know, good atmospheric sort of music. What was this one? This was a factory. Pretty sure this is the name of something already, but we're using it anyway. Because I don't feel like coming up with a creative name right now. Okay, so here's how Spore works in the general sense. Or here's how the civilization stage works in the general sense, at least. Well, it's going to explain it because we didn't really get into anything. But we'll get into designing cities later. I don't think I want to get too much into it, really. Yeah, your nation's goals will appear here. Your first goal is to claim a spice geyser and begin mining operations. This is what gives your civilization money. That's what gives your nation money. So any vehicle, regardless of what it's supposed to be doing, whether it's a religious vehicle, a financial vehicle, or a or another type of vehicle, is going to give you or is going to be able to capture a spice geyser, or a military vehicle. Sorry, my brain is entirely turned off right now. So we stole this. We're gonna do a new vehicle because we didn't do that last time, and I know exactly what we're gonna make. Oh, you can't take it off the center line in this? I guess you need something to attach it to, so that's fine. Let's grab, that can work. Yeah, the music for creating stuff is pretty chill in this game. Like, I enjoy it. Alright, so let's grab some detail here that we can use to connect these two. That ain't gonna work. Maybe? Man, okay, fine. We'll just do something a little bit more basic. So here's how here's how Spore works in a general sense of the word when you're doing creation stuff. anything that you make, it doesn't really matter what you make. It just matters what parts you put on it, and that's going to affect these values here in this case. It also affects it for creatures and everything. It doesn't matter how long your creature's legs are. It depends on what feet they have. That changes how fast they can go. There's a part for like determining jump height and things like that. So for the civilization stage, you need to change your vehicle's health, military power, and speed, or health, X power, and speed. So this is military, religious, or it's a military vehicle, a religious vehicle, or a financial vehicle. And so the idea with Spore is that we just need to put parts that have all the things that we want. So if we want a fast vehicle, we want a part that has a bunch of speed stuff on it. If we want a vehicle that has a lot of health, we'd want something else. So right now, we just want a vehicle that moves really fast, because Spice Geysers always take the same amount of time to capture regardless. But we're the first nation on the continent, and so we want to be able to run around and capture as many Spice Geysers as possible, as quickly as possible, so we can control them all. So we actually probably want something that gives more speed than anything else. We could make a Pepsi vehicle. We can make the Pepsi Mobile. We can do that, sure. I'm just trying to find something that works here. I'm trying to find something that gives speed that doesn't look terrible. Unfortunately, there's not many of those. Sure, we'll just do this and then just sort of cover this up, I guess. It's not going to look good. It's going to look really sloppy, but it's fine. Yeah, because there's no way we're going to be able to cover up the saddle sides of this thing. I suppose we could leave the saddle side open and just cover this thing. Go like there, maybe? Even Batman will be jealous of the Pepsi Mobile. So we're doing a lot of setup here, and that's part of how Spore actually pads out its length. But along with that, we're going to be able to do something really, really funny here. We're going to make the world's worst hot rod. So you can see that our actual military power right now is literally 10. It's like nothing. Our speed is what we want to get up right now. So we're just going to put like a very basic cannon on this thing. So it has a tiny bit of power on it. And all these vehicles are going to look terrible because I'm not really designing them for anything except for pure speed. Or pure whatever I need. Like all the vehicles I'm going to make here are going to be like kind of terrible looking. These are the parts that you can mess with and get new and like do cool stuff with. Fast car go vroom, exactly. Okay, this is the Pepsi speeder, and let's just color it something nice. It's not a bad looking color scheme. That's another thing that's nice about Spore. All the music reacts to like what you're doing in the game at the time. So every time I click, it'll make a different sound. I think that'll work. We want these to be like a bright red. By bright red, I mean apparently a dark red. And then the details, we can just make them like a lighter blue, I guess, or a white even. We could leave them as like a white. I think that works. It's a very, very basic looking vehicle, but it'll work. And the reason that I'm doing this is because now we can buy another one of these. And so now what we want to do is, as quickly as humanly possible, send all these out to different parts to go grab all the Spice Geysers we can. So this one, we want to go to this Spice Geyser. And now we get to hear all of the really shitty nonsense dialogue that they do. The amount of times you're gonna hear Mishkiderv, it's gonna be incredibly stupid. But yeah, you can see how fast this thing is. It's moving. And the idea is that these things can capture all the Spice Geysers before all the other civilizations can really get set up. Another thing you could potentially do is try and limit competition really early on by actually destroying all the tribes you find. Because there's other tribes on the continent that you haven't been introduced to. And so, like, we can go look for a tribe real quick and just, like... There's no option except to obliterate it, to my knowledge. You, like, that's all you can really do. But you just, like, drive straight through it and instant kill it. And we get some new thing for it. We got a free vehicle from the tribe. Nice. And there's still an epic creature over there, which you can fight and defeat epic creatures at this point. They have more health now, I guess, because they've presumably been around long enough that they realize they have to evolve to keep going. But we've grabbed all the Spice Geysers that are physically on the continent, and we're a landlocked nation, so we've basically done as best as we can for the moment. We've got all the resources. We've got another free vehicle from the tribe. So we're going to send these guys back to base. And they're going to be fighting over what was our Spice Geyser, but I guess they took it. Maybe we missed it by not getting there early enough. So these guys, so now we get into the whole, yeah, crushing a whole civilization with your vehicle. Yeah, it's a little silly, but now we're making a ton of money. So now what we can do is we can actually start making our cities, we can start making our city more profitable. So we're looking for, basically, here's your city legend here, and what this is going to mean is that anything connected to City Hall and a house is going to generate, or any factory that is connected to City Hall and a house is going to generate income based on the number of connections that it has. So in this case, what we want to do is we want to have it set, so you don't want an entertainment place next to a factory, and you don't want, or basically you don't want an entertainment place next to a factory, and you want to get as many factories next to houses and City Hall as you can. But everything only has certain places where you can actually put it. So we've now developed something decent. We're making money. I think I want to go ahead and make some more military vehicles with our extra money. And we want to get ready to go capture a city very quickly. So this city looks like it's very unhappy. These guys look like they're relatively happy. We're in good spirits with them. And then Kruger is also a military nation. Seems more profitable than the others at the moment. And is possibly a little bit weaker. So I think we're actually going to go ahead and talk to... we're going to contact Purple Nation. We're going to compliment them so that we can get a little bit more of a reputation increase with them. And then we want to go ahead and capture this military city. Here's the strategy. We're going to capture yellow. Then we're going to capture... We're going to capture yellow. Then we're going to capture pink. And we might just leave these guys for a little while until they become friends with us and then want to ally with us at the end of the game. We're going to try and maintain good relations with these guys because they're a trade nation, and so they're going to be making a lot of... Well, actually, they're a trade nation that's landlocked. So maybe we do just capture them. But these guys don't like us the most, so we're doing them first. We're getting rid of them first. We're going to go ahead and just deal with that first. I'm going to go ahead and put some turrets on this city. And now we've got this random religious vehicle that we're probably not going to use. To compliment them is to say, ooh. Possibly. We can give them a gift, too. Give them, like, 2,000 spore bucks. But, like, it shows you all the pluses that they have. So, like, they like military nations because military nations will be able to protect them. They'll be able to say, like, hey, we need your help capturing this or defending ourselves. But if we take care of these guys real quick, what we're gonna do... Yeah, we're now at war with Yellow Nation. So we're actually going to take out their entertainment first, I think. Or no, let's take out their factory. If we take out their factory first, well, turret. Turret first every time. But yeah, we have like 3 Spice Geysers. There's literally one other Spice Geyser for everybody to fight over. On the continent proper. Actually, now that we've got our fast ships down, why don't we swap them out for something a little bit better? Because now that we've got Spice Geysers, we don't really need a fast ship. We just need a ship that has a decent amount of health and can deal some damage. So let's start with that. So we can grab, say, the glass elevator here, or maybe the conning tower is a better one. Conning tower, conning tower, conning tower. So we remove that, and then we'll add on, say, I don't know, something, put some legs on them. Legs are funny, right? Everybody loves legs. And then we've got, say, Spinfire on it. Big old guns. In spots that don't make any sense for the guns to be, realistically. But it's Spore, who gives a shit. And put a big ass gun on the front. And then let's just go ahead and see if we can't get something that's going to give us a little bit more health. And just like slap it on there. Okay, so we've got a pretty slow speed. That's fine. That's like a third of our original speed. But we've got a pretty decent attack power. And I'm just going to pick a color scheme for this. I'm not going to think too much about these. Beautiful. Death Blossom, done. Easy. Alright, so now these things exist. And all of our ships should have turned into those. Oh. This dude's just destroying all our shit. So I guess we're just not going to be able to do much there. But we're at war now. They've only got one... They've got one naval ship that they're actually using here. So I think what we're going to do is we're actually going to go help them out. Because I don't think Turk has anything to defend themselves with here. I don't think their AI understands that they can deal with land, or deal with military units. And because they're landlocked and they don't have any land units, they can't do anything about my city. Like, we just exist, and they have to use turrets to defend themselves until they go ahead and make more land units. Okay, they've got a turret now, but it looks like it's working on one of these other ones. So we're just going to actually leave the military craft there to deal with that. Let's go ahead and talk with these guys a little bit, see if we can't get some more profit going. We come offering gifts, and we're now friends, and they'll probably want to open a trade route with us eventually. Normally, you don't want to deal with trade things too much, but I think in this case it's probably better. Oh shit, Yellow might actually capture. They might actually capture, which would be bad for us. And for Purple Nation, actually. And we don't have enough money to bomb, so we can't static bomb them. Yeah, they got it. Okay, so that ship's moving away, presumably. Yeah, they don't like us. We're gonna capture their fucking city. Because they don't have anything to do. Ah, cool. Purple Nation. Now trading. And we got a few more ships. Next up, I think we need to add in another housing segment. So the other thing is, so your happiness is measured up here. If everything is unhappy, if your city is unhappy overall, then they're going to be producing less. However, if your city is very happy, then they'll celebrate and actually produce more. They'll produce like double the output for like some amount of time. And so that can add up really quickly. So we're gonna work on that. This guy seems confused. This ship's just not useful. I'm gonna disband this one to get some money back. That's our city now, though. Now that they've captured everything, we're gonna go ahead and recapture everything. Yeah, exactly. If you make happy cities, they will produce like double the output. So now we've got a second city, and they've only got the one city still. And these guys are still bugging out horribly. These like abominations that we made that are not animating right anymore. Because like once you get into civilization stage, everything sort of stops animating properly. They just sort of gave up on it. You've captured this military city by military means, but will remain a military city. You can have cities of multiple different types. So we're gonna go ahead and just start setting up a little bit here. Right now, we just need them to be happy. I'm gonna leave a couple land ships here, but I'm not really worried too much about land attack from these guys. We're gonna send these guys back this way. What's up? Planet trembles for Almighty Armada. You will not survive. Prepare for war. Okay. So we'll be able to make a sea vehicle now, because we have a sea city. So now we can start fighting Yellow Nation on the sea. Somewhere beyond the sea, somewhere waiting for me. My lover stands on golden sands and watches the ships that go sailing. Feels a little weird there, but sure, that's fine. Alright, let's see what I can do here. Let's just give it some oars. Screw it. It's an ancient Greek technological marvel. I don't know. It's a pontoon boat is what I made. Just a really shitty one. I mean, I don't need that much speed, realistically. Just slap some oars in the middle and call it a day. Boat go splish splosh, exactly. You know what's up. I do wish that the guns were a little bit easier to, like, aim. Because a lot of them are just, like, not well put together. Ancient Greek technological wonder full of missiles on deck. Let's grab... Also, a lot of the names are just funny. The cowbell. I got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell. By the way, Christopher Walken, phenomenal guy. At least, like, his acting, and just, like, everybody always makes jokes about him, but, like, he's genuinely not bad at what he does. I think he does an excellent job. Just give these a little bit more health, maybe. These things are just designed to slam into things and deal like 2 hits and then explode. They're called Expendables 4. Because we all know that's going to happen at some point. Alright, so now we've got a little bit more money. We've got 1 turret up, barring against sea defense, or barring against sea invasion, which is probably what... That'll probably be fine for the moment. Set up a house here. And then we're going to have a factory here. And that'll help make things a little bit more profitable. And they're doing their thing. We've got a few ships over here. We've got our spice geysers set up. See, the thing is, regardless of what your vehicle is composed of, it always costs the exact same amount. Otherwise, you could probably just spam a bunch of ships that are, like, super low, like, cost and just deal with those. But as it is, that just doesn't work. So, when Yellow Nation goes... When Yellow Nation goes, they're gonna have... We're gonna have a bunch of sea geysers to go grab. So that'll be entertaining. So let's grab all of our land vehicles. We've got, what, 6? More than 6. I guess the other ones are, like, stuck on top of each other or something. Okay, so they're still healing from something. Is that epic creature still sitting around? Yeah, let's go around this way, guys. You guys attack that. Or, you know, just keep getting the geyser. It's fine. Aw, damn, one of the ships blew up. It's okay, we're not really going to get into being a sea nation. We're going to stay on a land nation and then immediately go for air travel as soon as it's available. Hey, look, a spaceship. That might be the same spaceship that we saw when we were in creature mode, or creature stage a while back. So here's what I'm going to hope. I'm going to hope that this epic just starts killing off their shit. But we're going to take their spice geysers. Do you get any rewards for defeating the epic creatures? Not that I'm aware of. Not in this. You get it. So Spore has in-game achievements, which there is an in-game achievement for beating one in creature mode, and I think maybe one in tribal mode as well. But none to my knowledge. Oh, okay, they just went to attack us straight up. Cool. City is under attack. Go fucking get them, champ. Not like I think they're gonna be able to beat us with that, but, you know. And so, that's good, because we just claimed their spice geyser. They just lost one of their only land ships, and we're just gonna trash their place now. We're gonna try and stay out of range of their turrets for the moment, and focus fire on one of their ships at a time. That way we can just trash them. I can assure you that city is not under attack anymore. Alright. So now we're just going to be focusing fire on these guys to destroy their ships, probably go back to repair, and then come back and trash their place. We can't make any more ships here because we need more houses, aka we need more civilians to actually deal with things. Alright, so put down a factory here. Although that's not optimal placement, that'll work for the moment. I suppose we could swap these. Well, swap them like this. But then that also kind of leaves us in a bad position. Because then, yeah, regardless of what you do here, it's not going to really work out well, so. Just leave it like that for the moment. So we might get in range of the turrets here if we're not careful. I don't think we've lost anybody. We did get in range of the turrets, but that's okay. We can leave now. Alright, back up, back up, back up. This game starts out with being a little thing in the ocean, and then you end up in wars for survival. Yeah, that was the appeal of the game initially. It was genuinely a really cool idea for a game. And it just didn't work out because, well, maybe there just wasn't enough time for everything. I don't know. There's any number of reasons why you want to, like, say that it may have had problems. Okay, are there any healthy ships left in that group? Yes. You go over here. The rest of you guys go back to the city to heal. We're going to buy another land vehicle. We're going to send you guys out there. This is a lot more thought than I used to put into the game. I'll admit. Honestly, if you just, like, you don't have to think very much to be able to beat this game properly. That's what I'll say. Alright, so you guys are good. These other ships are going to be getting healed. That's fine. You guys should go attack the town while they're currently dealing with everything happening all the time. I would send around sea units, my sea ships, to be able to deal with them as well, but I don't think that we really have enough time for that to make any sense. But yeah, part of the appeal of this game was just the fact that you went from, like, being this little tiny cell to being all the way up to a whole civilization. And it used to be a lot more, like, quote-unquote realistic, I suppose. But that ended up not happening, so. Oh, we have Bribe Bomb. That's actually really good. I'm gonna hit him with the Static Bomb. Alright. We're gonna have to, like, bum rush them, I think is what's gonna happen here. But let's just keep them pinned for the moment. That way they can't really do much. And then slowly start bringing our other ships over. Oh, that's funny. You can see all the guys getting, like, tossed out of the thing. That's cute. You can see all of the people getting tossed out of the turret as we shoot at it. I've never noticed that before. Maybe I didn't have it on high enough graphics settings for that initially. Alright, so we've got a fair amount of land units. We can't get any more because we need more houses. Which means we should probably be designing our cities a bit more, but that's fine. And now we've got a single ship trying to attack our city. This is going to end well, I'm sure. Yup. That's about what I expected. To be fair, we are just sitting military ships near, like, a major trade partner of ours. That feels kind of weird. But I guess, you know, it could be seen as, like, a protection thing, so I'm not really gonna question that one too much. Alright, and then we can go for another factory here. This is a smaller city, so there's only so much we can really do with it. I think maximizing profits is probably our best option for this one. We could take 2 of our sea units and try and send them over here to attack. That was a really bright thing. Alright, you guys know what to do. We're just going in and going ham. Bribe bomb these guys so they attack each other. Bribe bomb these guys so they attack apparently their own turrets, which is fucking phenomenal for me because the ships aren't really the problem, the turrets are the problem. And then we'll hit them with a static bomb afterwards, once that wears off. Okay, so that static bomb isn't hitting anything. Which kind of sucks. Why are they running away? Just capture the city, man. Oh, they're going ham. Okay. They're just leaving. Where are they going? What's their priority? Oh, they're attacking our partners. Are they gonna be okay? Maybe not. Well, if we capture their city before they finish doing anything, then that's fine. So we have to destroy every other city, or every other building in the city before we can destroy them. Our city is under attack. Cool. I don't have anything to say about that. They definitely tried to attack us. I don't think they did a very good job. Yeah, we should send over someone for them. Come on, guys. Just a few of you guys need to help out over here, I think. I don't know why this guy is off attacking this random turret on his own. But okay. Okay, turrets are mostly down. They are not sending over any more units to our end, so we're just gonna obliterate these guys. So that our trade partners don't get destroyed. And help them. Well, we can't really help them rebuild. We can give them a gift, but that's not really going to do anything as far as the game cares. And we've pretty much captured their city at this point, because they have no turrets, and they seem to be sending over all their ships to attack this city, despite their own city being under attack. So, that's on them. Oh no, there's one guy. There's at least one guy. Let's spawn these and just send them over. And that should provide all the firepower that we need. I'm actually going to disband these guys to get some money back so that we can spend some more money on sea ships for the moment. Because we still need 4 cities before we can get access to flight. So once we get this 3rd city, we're still going to need a 4th city to get access to flight. Who is unfriendly with us? Literally nobody we can attack. Great. That's really funny, actually. Everybody's friendly with us right now except for Yellow Nation. Crimson Nation, okay. You're a military nation, your nation is too big. I think we're gonna call these guys your next enemy. We are now at war with the Crimson Nation. Great. Fucking, let's demolish them. These guys are a religious nation, so they already don't like us that much. So we're just gonna trash them on the thing that they just captured. And we just captured this other city. And we're good. So now we have multiple cities that are all... we have multiple cities that are all... or that are both sea-based. That's good. Let's keep a couple of the land units around in case our trade partner decides to randomly try and attack us, because that does happen occasionally. But that should be fine. We should go grab this other spice geyser while it's still got stuff coming out of it. Yeah, this is working out pretty well. I think we're doing pretty good. For our cities to grow, our economies must grow. We'd like to establish a trade route. Sure, we can trade with you. You're a trade nation. You're also about to get demolished by this religious nation, so I mean, like, I don't see a problem with this. We lose out on a little bit of trade, but it is what it is. Actually, you know what we can do? We've got enough spending right now that I can just fucking bribe bomb these guys. Because it's funny. But yeah, Lavender Nation's gone. One of our spice derricks is under attack. You guys get the fuck in there. So what have I missed? Not much, man. We're playing through Civ stage. You know how it goes. There's not a ton that's super interesting to that happens here, but, you know. So we've captured... Well, they captured that Spice Derrick out from under us. I think we just captured another nation, or another city. Yeah, one of the Crimson Nation. I love how our the character model just bug out horribly whenever they load into a scene. Like, you can tell they're just popping into scene. So we can make a religious nation now. Because we captured a religious city by military means. That's how you choose whether... You can choose whether a nation keeps the thing that it was doing before you captured it, or changes into a city that is the thing that you captured it with. Anyway, now that we've got 4 cities, we can actually make flight stuff, which makes a lot of our ground travel units not useful. Yeah, Civ 8 do be looking pretty good, not gonna lie. So we need to go figure out an air vehicle. So I think we're just gonna make air vehicles that are like nothing but just shoot. They shoot and then they explode and that's it. Like this is what we're gonna do. Grab like Blue Thunder maybe. Religion conquest. We're too deep on the military conquest at this point. I suppose now will be the time to do it, but we already hit military on that city, so we'd have to wait until we capture another religious city, and then only that religious city. Because like we spawned on a continent that had 3 military nations, including ourselves, and the trade nation is one that we're actually friends with. So I think there's only so much to be done there. Definitely safe to have guns this big on something that's meant to be flying and can't really brace itself on anything, right? Definitely safe. So these things all make like special effects. Doesn't really matter a ton, but they look kind of neat. I like the little particle effects or other stuff that they have going on. Let's just grab like, this looks terrible. Frequent Flyer. Seems like a good name, right? Alright, so now what we can do is we should probably redesign this city so that it actually has things going on so we can make more money. So we got City Hall. We need to put in, I guess, a factory and some turrets here. Because eventually other nations are going to get access to flight unless we just blitz this whole stage and we just demolish everything. Alright, so, and then put another house here, and here, because this one's also attached to there, and here, and here, and then we can put another entertainment thing here, and that should balance us out pretty well. Okay, nothing there. Yep, very happy city. Cool. And all cities can make aircraft, which means that you can just spawn aircraft closest to whatever you need it to be spawned to. And now we need to fix this city because this one's under attack. So we're just going to drop a bunch of turrets here and then start making aircraft in this area. But we need to make sure the city's happy. That's the best defense against religious attacks in this game. Unfortunately, this is a very small city, so there's only so much we can really do about it. You guys are gonna get disbanded. And we're just gonna start making flying spaceships that shoot lasers despite the fact that they have guns. If we can't convert them, we'll burn them. Yep, exactly. So it seems like these guys are not having a good day. Also, we're now at war with Green Nation out of nowhere. Which Green Nation also has like one city, and they're about to get trashed, so. We're gonna go take care of these dudes before they take our Space Geyser, or maybe directly after, probably directly after. But yeah, Crimson Nation looks like it's not gonna be around too much longer, so we're not gonna sweat them. They seem to be having a bad day. Most attacks in this game are very successful, which is funny and a little weird. So we're just gonna gift them like 4,000 spore bucks out of nowhere to keep them happy for a little bit, so we don't have to defeat them. Yeah, happiness is the defense against religion in this game, which is kind of funny, honestly. Oh god. They're having a bad day. There is an elite in their city. Or an epic in their city. That is bad times. But yeah, it looks like both Blue Nation and us are attacking Green Nation, so sure, that happens. And it looks like they're trying to capture our Spice Geyser again. We should capture our own Spice Geyser back. I love the fake language in sport. Yeah, herding the grosh, like just shit like that. They're just saying nonsense. Green Nation, been captured by us. Well, or one of the green cities. And they're religious. We're just gonna keep going with the whole military thing, because we're already here, why not? Alright. Theoretically, you're supposed to branch out and, like, do some diplomatic relations and some financial relations, and then some, like, maybe some religious stuff, or, you know, something like that. Nah. We're gonna make a gigantic fleet. We're gonna make all our cities really well designed. And then we're just gonna start trashing the place. We're just gonna start trashing everything that comes near us. Anybody who doesn't want to be our ally is now our enemy. Also, you can rename cities. I don't usually bother with that because it's not really worthwhile. Alright. Let me see. Looks like Crimson Nation didn't really take too much damage from these guys. But they're busy fighting each other, and we're not, so, that's fine. These are kinda not useful anymore, except to keep Spice Geysers captured. We're now at war with the Blue Nation out of nowhere. You're a threat to us. We come offering gifts. Please stop being a dick to us. We literally didn't do anything, man. We didn't do anything. Why'd you just decide to start attacking us? Fuck off. The difference, the problem is, with aircraft in this game, you cannot capture Spice Geysers with aircraft. We're gonna take care of these guys. Because they're already kind of weakened. I'm not gonna try and send a bribe bomb off yet, actually. But yeah, aircraft is quickly going to become the goal here. So, Crimson Nation's about to get wiped out. Somehow. Now war with the Blue Nation again. Again, I don't know what I did, man, but okay. Oh. Did that bomb just immediately capture that city for me? Because that's incredible. Oh no, it just obliterated the city. Wow. That wasn't even the super bomb that's supposed to win you the campaign. That just obliterated that city entirely. Jesus. Well, anyway, Crimson Nation's gone. Bomb's OP. Military. Edit. Let's just go ahead, and I don't have a ton of money to fix all this crap, so let's just do, like, this. That'll work for the moment, and, like, put a turret or two on it. That'll function for the moment, I think. Yeah, that was silly. But okay. Anyway, we're at war with everybody. Crimson Nation's probably going to get wiped out, which leaves Blue Nation as our main threat here. Which of these cities looks less annoying to deal with? Probably this one. One of your Spice Geysers is under attack. I don't even know which one. I can't tell. Oh, these guys captured a Spice Geyser from us. So now we've got a little bit more money. Let's go ahead and... Well, we're good on turrets here, actually. This city's fine. We just need to build up this one. Hear the laser sound effects. I forgot how we looked as a species. Yeah. We don't look normal as a species, I'll tell you that much. Alright. House. Put another factory. Oh, you just can't use these because you bombed the city. That's actually cool. I've never done that before, so that's actually kind of neat. Let's make a single land vehicle and then use it to capture these Spice Geysers. This would normally be the point where I would go back to, like... This would normally be the point where I would go back to super fast land ships because our main attack ships become the airships. But I don't think it really matters a ton at this point. Make 2 more ships and send them over here to deal with these guys. Kuro is under attack, yes, but I don't think that it's a real problem right now. And we're going to go ahead and destroy this guy and take this other Spice Geyser back, and then start taking some other Spice Geysers back. Oh, just sent over a little invasion force. I like how you can just make, like, instantly make a shit ton of military stuff. I remember when we went Kirby mode with the huge... Yeah, the Kirby mode was great. Kirby was great. So it looks like we got this one pretty much under control. Capture that Spice Geyser again. Capture this Spice Geyser again. This dude should be capturing this Spice Geyser. Looks like we captured that city. Alright, so we're getting there. We're getting close. More cities, guys. More cities. So that's the downside of using the bomb, I guess, is that you have some areas of the city that are just straight up destroyed and you can't really use them again. Alright. So now we gotta start, let's design this city out. I think we have enough to deal with this at the moment. Factory, house, entertainment, house, factory. Can't put anything else in here, so that's good. Yeah, after this phase, it's space phase, and that's basically where the game goes to endgame. You can kind of just do whatever you want for as long as you want. Okay, so this guy's capturing that Spice Geyser. These guys are healing up. Looks like, yeah, they're forced, so they're gonna get rid of Green Nation, and then we're gonna immediately trash them. Yeah, Forest Nation is no more. Alright, so we don't have quite enough profit for that right now. This guy's still capturing this... Oh. Well, we can defend with the aircraft, we just can't recapture with the aircraft, so they can take care of that, I think. I'm just sort of looking at the minimap right now. Oh, hi guys. Brad Bomb? They're just gonna start hitting each other now, which is gonna work out great for them. By them, I mean me. So it looks like we're pretty much set here for a full-on attack on these guys. Because they have, like, nothing set up right now. Because their entire city just got destroyed by an epic creature. Take these guys, attack this ship here. And then head over here. Static bomb. Make a couple ships and have them defend. Okay, so that's me capturing another city. No entertainment, only work. You are only allowed to work. Yeah, there's the epic creature. I'm not going to bother trying to defend the city because dealing with the epic creature is going to be more trouble than it's worth, I think. We're going to lose a lot of money doing that. Military city by military means. Why are there so many military nations on this run? There are so many. Alright. So you guys gonna make a shit ton of ships, and we're just gonna go take care of the last city for Blue Nation, I guess. All out attack. Also, they like refuse to talk to us anymore. Capture the epic. Can you capture the epic? I think you gotta use religious ships for that, right? I think we've got him. We're just gonna, like, bum rush capturing everything here. Because this is the last city. And nobody... The Blue Nation definitely doesn't have anything strong enough to capture, like, everything all at once. Like, we've got enough turrets here that there's no force that they have. One reason is because you were very savage during the travel stage. Because nobody got... Literally, nobody gave me the option to not be hostile except for the first guys. Everybody else got hostile to me almost immediately. Which was frustrating, but it's whatever. Alright, so I think we win. I'm just gonna wait this one out. I don't think it matters that my other cities are getting attacked. I think literally just the amount of... like, people here. Like, we've got a turret on pretty much every city, at least one turret, and then we got a shit ton of ships swarming over their last city, which is about to be destroyed. I think we're good. I think we did it, guys. There we go. Yeah, species were just angry. Everybody was angry with us. Alright. That's it, guys. We did it. We have quote-unquote finished Spore because I'm not doing the end of space stage. Alright, so now we got these guys who we're just probably going to contact. Yeah, we won. Let's band together. Done. Complete the civilization stage in less than an hour. Easy, planet conquered. Definitely went heavy military there. So, based on all of your decisions up to that point, up to the end of the civilization stage, the space stage assigns you a class, effectively, for the space stage, where you get a certain special ability that you get access to. So in our case, we got Scientist. Pepsi Planet. We rolled over the ruins of civilization. Yeah, we just obliterated everything. Now, there is technically an end to space stage, but it's not an end in, like, the traditional way of, like, the game ends and there's a credit sequence. There's a cutscene that plays, and then you get, there's a cutscene that plays, and then you get a, you just get sent back to your home planet, I think. Like, immediately. Okay, we can make a ship. Let's make a ship, guys. Nah. Keep it down to here. Alright, guys. Pepsi Planet has been acquired. Pepsi Planet is better than Pizza Planet. I don't know. Pizza Planet's pretty good, man. I don't know about you. The Pep Ship. Exactly. What do we got going on here? Just shove a rocket on the bottom of it. Can't rotate it and it's stuck like that, so that's not great. Yeah, you get a 5-time use super weapon. But it depends on which thing you are, so sometimes you get other things. Just sit a ring light on top like a real streamer. Fix everything with ring lights, don't gotta worry about anything else. Anyway, this is unfortunately basically the same thing as the vehicle editor. It's just you have access to all of the vehicle parts, and none of them matter because your spaceship gets its own upgrade system. The Red Rocket from Biggest Dongus. We can call it the Red Rocket. But it's gonna be blue. Just cuz. That's the problem with a lot of these textures. There's like weirdly fixed points on everything. Also, apparently I don't have anything on here that fits the non-detail category. I like this. This is a goofy little ship. You gotta add RGB to the ship. I mean, we can try. I can't guarantee you it's gonna look very good, considering RGB in this game is, like, weirdly non-existent. So you got different, like, spotlights you can put on, and each thing makes a different effect. So we could put, like, these on. I think these would work relatively decently. Red Rocket. Yeah, you can actually put like a bunch of lights on. There's a bunch of different lights. All these lights have different color patterns on them and different effects on them. You can't change the shape of the light and the pattern, though. You just have to pick one that you like. This chair will definitely help you game so much better. Epic gamer chair. No. So now we're starting the space stage. It's going to load in everything pretty quickly. Galactic God, evolved from a cell to a space traveler in one continuous game. So the space stage has a bunch of different stuff that it can do. You get to travel over to different planets. You get to go between nations. Why is this so loud? Sorry to, like, jump out there, but, like, that was loud. So the space station has a bunch of different, the space stage has a bunch of different stuff you can do. You can go mining for spice and trade with other civilizations. You can go to war with other galactic civilizations. You can try and terraform planets. Yeah, no, we're naming him Pepsi Man. We can name him I was gonna name him Captain Planet, but Starman, conquer all the other cities and civilizations. Stage and start your first space stage, first space exploration. So now there's a whole tutorial thing. Yeah, the short-range video communicator. You must be close to a planet. You must be in orbit of a planet, rather. Still adding new equipment to the ship. I already know how to command my ship, and they're done that. Yes, I know what I'm doing. I don't want... Alright, so now we still... It takes you out of the beginner tutorial, where it shows you how to like, move the ship around, and then it's like, hey, we're sending you on a space journey, but we gotta go do some stuff first. Make zoo planets. Yeah, you can make zoo planets. You can make any number of things. You can, like... terraform other planets and colonize planets. You can help other species achieve space travel and civilization and things. You can do whatever, honestly. So you earn badges. That's how you level up in this. And so each badge has a different type of thing. Tools are unlocked by earning badges. Once a tool is unlocked, you can purchase it from your homeworld. Some tools are consumable and require restocking. Others are permanent, may cost energy to use. You get different spaceship abilities. We have the abduction beam and dropping cargo. Interplanetary drive. We can buy an interstellar drive, but we're not going to right now. Maybe in a second. Minor proton missiles are available for purchase. So now we can talk to these guys. So you can scroll up out of the thing. Making habitable planets around binary star systems is really cool. Yeah, there's a lot of really cool planets in this game. There's a lot of like Easter egg planets. There is a downside though, and that's you cannot visit gas giants, which is a bit of a shame. But sometimes you get planets like this one, which is just a big cube. It's only got little strips of land. There's not really a lot on it, but there's some spice if you want to try and colonize it. And it's just kind of neat, you know? A little cube planet. You could theoretically terraform one of these and make it a habitable planet, but you don't necessarily need to. So we want to fly over here, which is another habitable planet in your solar system. This is part of the whole tutorial segment, where you'll find a signal from that planet from some other star system, or not from another star system, but from another civilization. So here we're seeing a crashed ship, even though there was a crashed ship on our planet, and we probably could have already gotten this technology. Crashed spacecraft, it's emitting a strange video signal. Fly over to it and use the scan tool, and there's a whole like little location system that they add. And then you can analyze it with one of these. Go ahead and grab scan. The gas giant moons are colonizable. Yes, that is true. You can colonize moons around gas giants. You just can't colonize the gas giants themselves. Aliens, but no sign of life. Looks like they drew some sort of cryptic map before they died. The wreck has triggered a transfer beam. Some items are coming aboard. Missiles and an interstellar drive seem to have an unknown star system's coordinates programmed into it. The wreck's damage looks like it came from a fight, so I think the implication there is that these guys died in a fight with the Groks, which are like the main antagonist of Space Stage, I suppose. But that transfer beam gave us an interstellar drive. But this was a smaller civilization that had just reached Space Stage that was fighting the Groks, presumably. And they got destroyed by them. The Groks are just like hyper-aggressive, militaristic. The Groks are a hyper-aggressive militaristic civilization that have incorporated a lot of tech into their own bodies. So they're kind of like the Borg almost, but just much more aggressive rather than trying to incorporate everything. They think that they're the best, and it's almost impossible to become friends with them, but you can still become friends with them. You become friends with them, and then the Groks actually basically protect the inner core of the galaxy, so if you ever want to get to the center of the galaxy, you really need to fight the Groks or otherwise become friends with them. But they're on like thousands of planets in the middle of the galaxy, so it's supposed to be incredibly difficult to be able to actually deal with the Groks. Warning, Groks intruders detected. All Groks intruders will be terminated. And it's an automatic system, so it can't really say anything different. So we've got a mini laser, and we've got our proton missiles. Those are our two options for fighting. Fortunately, these security drones are pretty weak. But we did, fun fact, you can ally with the Groks, but doing so will make everyone else hate you immediately. Yeah, no, it's really funny. There's nothing inherently wrong with the Groks. They're just hyper-aggressive. Basically, everybody hates them because they're extremely aggressive and refuse to ally with anybody. If you do ally with the Groks, everybody else hates you. Just straight up. So you gotta make a choice there. But the Groks will try and attack you basically any chance that they get. Including between star systems, because you can be attacked between star systems. This is still fucked. They're like the mustache, and that we've still got all the tribal gear on, and they're like in space. So we weren't alone in the galaxy. Evidence of an extinct civilization, hostile security drones, and the Groks. Yep. So now we need to establish a colony, and they give us a colony pack, and we should probably trade in... Well, we can not trade in some of the spice, but the colony packs tend to be kind of expensive, but like once you I remember having a lot of difficulty with the space stage as a kid. But it's not really that bad. It's more just like, it kind of stagnates after a while, I think. Anyway, so now you can look, and so you'll see that the different orbit paths have different colors associated with them. That has to do with how close they are to the star, and therefore how hot the planet is. Hotter planets close to bigger stars are going to have more red or orange in their orbit paths, which means they're going to be much hotter and harder to terraform into a livable planet. Yeah, planets in green orbit paths are easier to terraform and colonize than planets on blue orbit paths, or red orbit paths, orange. So we want to colonize this planet, but this planet's still basically just like a moon. There's no life on it or anything. So terraforming in this game works a little bit funky. I can show you how it works. But we're gonna colonize the planet first, and they're just gonna put up like an eco-dome, basically. A purple spice planet would be very nice right now. I've actually been considering like installing a bunch of mods and then just making some stuff off stream, and then just streaming Spore space stage potentially, at least for a little while until I get bored. Anyway, so this is how you make colonies, and colonies produce different types of spice. You can set them up on planets that have different types of spice, like purple spice. Red spice is one of the most common. Yellow spice isn't much less common, but so when you terraform, you can do more with your colonies, and they can become more profitable. However, for the moment, this is the best we can do with this colony, because there's nothing on this planet to terraform right now. But we can mess with that later. So you see this right here, this is your terraforming thing. You want to see this circle, this little tiny red dot next to my cursor? That needs to come into one of these rings. Also, I realize that my cursor is slightly off of what it should be representing, but that's okay. That needs to come into one of these rings for that tier to be accessible. Then you can put plants and then eventually animals down. And as you put plants and animals down, then the ecosystem will stabilize at that tier of planet, at that tier of like terraforming. And so that's generally how that works. But anyway, we're gonna contact, and they can say congratulations, and then we're gonna recharge and leave and go back to the home world. And then we're gonna have to go contact a civilization eventually. We received transmissions that were, yeah, we believe are coming from other advanced beings in the galaxy. We'll need you to advance and establish, or investigate and attempt to establish first contact. Great, where will I find these aliens? So then we've got the SETI tool that we can use. Basically, we're gonna just like mouse over a bunch of planets, or a bunch of solar systems until we find one. Red, yellow, green, purple. Yeah, there's also blue, but I don't remember where blue sits. But yeah, we're trying to like tune in, and there's a planet. There's a binary star system kind of close by too. The other thing is you got to remember this is a 3D space, so there is some like distance that you have to take into account here. But yeah, Lord of War Empire. That's always a good sign, right? Watch them be really friendly and happy. We've got a living alien race that we can talk with. Fascinating alien life form. What are you called? I think these guys are also scientists. That's funny. We hope for a productive exchange of information. So, like, all the different civilizations respond in different ways. Like, they have different, like, speech patterns, each type of civilization. So, like, if you're a scientist civilization, you respond with a different speech pattern than, say, a warlord civilization would. Despite these guys being called Lord of War, I think that they're also scientists. So we could actually buy a colony and credit pack from them, but that seems like an unwise move. I'm actually just gonna sell this spice and leave. Because that's pretty profitable for red spice. 11 grand for red spice is pretty good. But yeah, so we've established trade. We can go do planets and colonize them and terraform. Looking for potential buyers. Sounds lucrative. I'm in. Okay, I'm off to make a deal. Let me go... Do I have spice? Did they give me spice, or am I just... Yeah, okay, I was supposed to have that spice from the beginning. I speedran that a little bit too much. Might leave for today. Hope you have a nice day. All right, Mike. You probably won't be going too much longer, but thank you for hanging out today. I appreciate it. Same to everybody else. All right, so we can recharge for free at our home planet and for a significant discount at every other planet. We can't actually get any spice. Because we don't have any right now, so we're just waiting. Salutations. You guys aren't trading anything. Great. I think we might stop here for today because I don't want to deal with just waiting for spice to happen as a thing. But, yeah, I mean, this was fun. I had a good time. This didn't suck. Hold up. Space is kind of relaxing, yeah, it can be. I might do that some more tomorrow night or something. And I think I'm going to call stream here just because I've been going for a while now, and much as I'd like to just hang for the rest of the evening, I've unfortunately got some stuff I got to do to get prepped for work tomorrow and back into doing things. But I want to thank you all for hanging with me today and wish you all a happy new year. And, well, it's been fun. And I'll see what I can do about more streams potentially going forward. Like I said, I'm probably going to have a little bit more free time than I would have liked otherwise going forward. So we'll see if I can fill up some of that time with some streams. And if not, no big deal. I'll see you guys on Friday and Sunday as usual. But again, thank you guys for coming to hang out with me today. Thank you for being a fun chat to talk to. Thank you for existing. Not just as a chat, not just for my entertainment, just... I'm glad you guys exist. So, with that, let's get ready and head out. You guys take it easy. Have a good week. Take care of yourselves. Drink water. Eat food. Stretch. Stop looking at the computer screen. And catch you later.